You're watching high school sports on the YDL Sports Network.
Whether retirement is just around the corner or years away, John Bongiovanni, Lucas Slazak, and Adam Jack of Generational Wealth Management in Erie and Bradford are here for you. John, a Forbes-recognized best-in-state wealth advisor, Lucas and Adam provide customized investment advisory solutions and retirement planning services. Generational Wealth Management offers world-class investment services and internationally recognized insurance products from Northwestern Mutual, an industry leader. The Generational Wealth Management team provides a high level of expertise and service to their professional and business clients. Contact the Erie office at 814-651-0838 or the Bradford office at 814-368-4065 or check them out online at gwm.nm.com. When it's your special day, we know you want everything to be just perfect. That's why at the Allegany Grill in Foxburg, we spared no expense in creating our new indoor-outdoor wood-framed event center with waterfalls, gorgeous views of the Allegany River, a fire pit, and plenty of parking. The Allegany Grill in Foxburg will take care of everything from catering to bartending, so all you have to do is bring the fun. We do it all for your wedding, anniversary party, corporate event, and so much more. One look at our new facility and we know you'll fall in love. And remember, the view is always free at the Allegany Grill in Foxburg, PA.
With convenient locations in DuBois, Ridgeway, St. Mary's, and Warren, you don't have to travel far to get your game-winning smile with Cole Orthodontic Associates. The orthodontists of Cole Orthodontic Associates have been crafting beautiful, healthy smiles in North Central Pennsylvania since 1960. Born and raised in the area, the doctors and staff at Cole Orthodontic Associates are committed to the people of this region. Visit colesmiles.net to schedule an appointment or consultation at the location nearest you today.
All-American HQ in Chippenville is your gift headquarters no matter the occasion. All-American HQ always has the perfect gift for that loved one or friend. From engraved cutting boards and coffee mugs to personalized sports apparel, All-American HQ has you covered. At All-American HQ, they'll put almost anything on almost everything. AllAmericanHQ.com. With locations in Chippenville and Tionesta, Tionesta Builder Supply is a full-service home improvement center specializing in everything you need to build or remodel your home. From power tools and accessories to paint and sundries and general hardware merchandise, Tionesta Builders has everything you need to get your project done quickly. Find out more at tionestabuilders.us and like them on Facebook.
Specialty Fabrication and Powder Coating LLC is family owned and operated out of Franklin, PA. SFPC is actively seeking new talent and has openings at 2 plants located in Venango County. Those openings are either first, second, or third shifts at one or both locations. Check out the specific enrollment opportunities at www.specfab.com or send an email along with your resume to careers@specfab.com. SFPC is an equal opportunity employer.
The top-seeded Bulldogs want to get back to the top of the District 9 mountain, but to do so, they'll have to knock off the reigning champion Gators. It's Redbank Valley taking on Port Allegany, the District 9 Class of 1A football championship, as Allegany Grill of Foxburg presents high school football next on the YDL Sports Network. The Allegany Grill in Foxburg, where you come for the food and stay for the view. Come check out the new indoor-outdoor wood frame event center. The Allegany Grill was recently voted the #1 waterfront restaurant in Pennsylvania. Find out why at AlleganyGrill.com. This is the Hunter Station Golf Club pregame show. Are you looking for that perfect Christmas gift for that golfer in your life? Then get them a membership at Hunter Station Golf Club just outside Tionesta. Located along the scenic Allegany River, the Hunter Station Golf Club is both challenging and fun. Find out more at hunterstation.com. You're on the drive to the game, brought to you by Warren Tire Center. Warren Tire Center makes sure you get to the game in comfort. WarrenTireCenter.com. And tonight's game stream is powered by Oil Country Crates. Your products, our protection. OilCountryCrates.com. Welcome back to the Closest Lumber Company broadcast booth here at Frank Vericchetti Field in Brockway. Closest Lumber has been your home improvement headquarters in Olean, New York, and Rowlett, PA since 1973. ClosestLumber.com. Brian Hagberg, Kerry Hopper with you on the YDL Sports Network. And Kerry, we saw a week ago we were in Bradford as Port Allegany punched its ticket back to the District 9 championship game, a 29-10 win over Brockway. Meanwhile, in the other semifinal, Redbank Valley, despite not having both its first, second, and emergency quarterback all over Coudersport 46-13 in the semifinals, those two teams now meet here for the District 9 championship.
Yeah, I think both teams didn't quite have the path back to the finals that they expected. Redbank Valley, as you mentioned, was without their starter quarterback, Braylon Wagner. Senior wide receiver Mason Klaus, he stepped in and did an admirable job, threw for 88 yards, 5 of 8 passing, and a touchdown. They relied mostly on the run game, which is kind of something new for Redbank. They've been very reliant on the pass this year. Junior Drew Byers, 125 yards, 16 carries, and a pair of touchdowns. As a team, they ran for 175 yards and 3 touchdowns, won handily over Coudersport at the field in Kane. Port Allegany, the end result 29-10. They're happy with that, but it wasn't. The score doesn't tell the whole story. That game was a little closer than the Gators probably expected. Got 2 late touchdowns by Aiden Bliss to tack on some insurance insurance scores there to make it 29-10. That game, Aiden Bliss was all over the scoring. 288 yards, 35 carries, 4 touchdowns. They only passed 5 times. Nick Wilfong was picked off twice. So I think, the Gators, want to get the pass game going a little bit tonight. We're looking out at the rain here on the field. We don't know if that's going to be a factor. So it'll be an interesting matchup here.
Well, and you mentioned the rain, and obviously if you look at the lights in our shot there, you can see the rain is coming down. Looking at the radar, it looks like maybe we're going to be getting through the worst of it, hopefully tonight right now, as it's coming down about as heavy as it has. I got here about 5:30, and it was just kind of misting a little bit, but coming down kind of heavy now. And I went and walked the field, and it's coming down, but it's not that kind of rain that it's you're uncomfortable walking around in it. But again, with a passing team especially, how much does that affect, how you're able to grip the ball to throw and receivers catching the ball and things like that. And then just holding on to the ball in general, even if the rain slows down, the turf's going to be wet. Those guys, those ball boys on the sidelines become absolutely critical here tonight.
Absolutely. And I think that's the big question is how much is it going to rain? How much is that going to play a factor in the pass game for Redbank Valley? They showed last week that they're obviously talented enough that if they don't pass the ball, that they have the talent to run the ball still. Port Allegany is going to run the ball. They almost tell you, hey, we're going to run. They might even tell you, hey, we're going to run right. And they just dare you to come in and stop them. I think for Port Allegany, they want to be able to put the ball in the air a little bit to mix it up and force Redbank Valley to not pack the box. But like I said, I think it's an interesting matchup. District final, Redbank Valley got the better of the Gators in week 8, 57-13. Long bus ride down to New Bethlehem. I think, with Redbank Valley starting fast, it was 22-0 before Port Allegany had a chance to, put up much of a fight, and it was pretty much all over from there. So it'll be interesting. I think if Port Allegany gets the ball first, scores first, I think that changes the whole, the way the game goes. So we'll see.
Well, you talk about that week 8 matchup, and Braylon Wagner threw for almost 300 yards, 5 touchdowns. Redbank Valley forced 3 Port Allegany turnovers. But that's the big question is Wagner going to be able to go tonight? He was out on the field in full pads and uniform through warmups. I know Coach Blaine Gold had indicated to us earlier that he'd be a true game time decision. So we'll see as the game goes on. But also Jackson Huffman, the backup quarterback, was out in full pads going through the full warmups. So you would think at least one of them will be available, which really, that kind of helps Redbank Valley get into that passing offense with guys that they're comfortable doing it with. And the other thing, you mentioned Mason Klaus went back, took the snaps at quarterback a week ago. The other issue they run into with him at quarterback is it takes him away from the receiving game where he's one of the top receivers in all of District 9.
Right. That's an admirable, job that Mason Klaus did. I mean, people think that, that's not that hard for a wide receiver to step in a district semifinal and play. No, that's a very tall task. Mason Klaus, 51 catches, 907 yards, 16 TDs, only 93 yards shy of being the team's first 1,000 yards receiver. That's a big deal, and credit to him for stepping in, doing whatever it takes to help his team. It remains to be seen here if Braylon Wagner is going to start the game. They're obviously a better team when he's on the field. He comes in with 2,541 yards, 39 touchdowns, but only 3 interceptions. So he takes care of the ball. He's got 3 senior receivers: Ashton Kale, Mason Klaus, Ashton George. Being a Port Allegany guy, I'm going to try to call balls and strikes right down the middle. But on our broadcast early in the year, I said, whenever those guys are ready to go off to college or move out of the house, whatever they're going to do after high school, if they need somebody to help them move, I'm ready to see these guys move on, because they've obviously been talented, and they're a lot of fun to watch. So this game is going to be it's just going to be a blast to watch this.
All right. Well, how about I'll be the plate umpire, and then we'll call it balls and strikes. Will be down the middle. You can take care of first base and maybe shade a close one here and there. How's that?
That'll work.
But again, you talked about, Mason Klaus is just 93 yards away from being the school's first 1,000-yard receiver. And again, you look at the unselfishness for him to take a game away and say, hey, I'm going to go back and play quarterback and know that I'm not going to get any receiving yards in this ball game, barring a trick play or what have you in that instance. But it's the unselfishness, the willingness to be, all right, we got to have somebody. We can't reach our goals if we can't have somebody back there to step in, take the snaps, and get us to where we need to be, the next step in the journey. And, obviously both of these teams, Redbank Valley a couple of years ago, a state runner-up, Port Allegany, a state semifinalist a year ago. Both of these teams have aspirations of getting back to those places and then some, but you got to get through the district tournament first. And so, again, that's that unselfishness of Mason Klaus to step in and say, I'll sacrifice my personal stats to help the team reach its goals.
Yeah, absolutely. We can't say enough good things about Mason Klaus. And like you said, Redbank Valley 2 years ago, I remember watching that game on, PCN,
right.
And Redbank Valley had shots to compete for that game. Like you mentioned, Port Allegany last year made the Final Four. This district is so talented. When Port Allegany won the district last year and went on and played, I think it was Reynolds from District 10. I think Reynolds truly would have been maybe the third best team in our district, or maybe even the fourth best team. Brockway was talented last year, obviously Redbank Valley and Port Allegany, but Port Allegany beat them like 42-7. Yeah. It was just very methodical, so.
Well, and I'll say this, for the most part, through the regular season, I'm a District 10 guy. That's where I spend most of my time. And, that Reynolds team that Port Allegany played a year ago was immensely talented, had a fantastic running back in Jalen Wagner, who's now wrestling collegiate. I mean, and that's Reynolds obviously is a big wrestling school,
right.
People that familiar with Brookville wrestling in District 9, the District 10 equivalent basically is Reynolds. That was a very, very talented Reynolds team, and Port Allegany a year ago just took it right to them. But with that, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be back with more of the Hunter Station Golf Club pregame show. This is Allegany Guerrilla Foxburg High School football on the YDL Sports Network.
For all your sandwich needs, stop in at the New Bethlehem Subway, located across the street from Redbank Valley High School. The New Bethlehem Subway is open 7 days a week for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Stop in today to get your gift cards or order a sandwich or salad online through the app or in the store. The New Bethlehem Subway is a proud supporter of Redbank Valley Athletics.
Nothing goes better with watching sports than a great slice of pizza. And for over 25 years, where better to get a slice in Port Allegany than at Fox's Pizza Den. Like the Gators, Fox's Pizza works hard to serve you with a friendly staff and delicious food. Don't wait a second longer. Call now for pickup or home delivery at 814-642-2623. You can also order online at foxespizzaportallegany.com. At Fox's Pizza Den in Port Allegany, we have a large in-house dining room and a banquet area on the second floor. Stop in and see us soon. Go Gators!
Aaron and Merwin PC, attorneys at law, are two born and raised Clarion County attorneys with an office in Clarion, PA, serving the Tri-County area in criminal defense, DUI, family law, child custody, divorce, and wills and estates. Visit our website at aaronandmerwin.com and contact us at 814-229-5300.
Just like your team builds upon its success, Closest Lumber Company with locations in Olean, New York and Rowlett, Pennsylvania can help you build the home of your dreams. Closest Lumber, proudly celebrating its 50th anniversary, has everything you need to build and remodel your home, including building materials and supplies, lawn and garden accessories, and more. Stop into one of our locations to get some inspiration and work out the details of your next project. They also have an online showroom you can visit anytime at closeslumber.com. Closest Lumber, your hometown home improvement center since 1973.
Why should you choose Nolf Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram in Fairmont City? Why wouldn't you choose them? At Nolf, their sales are speedy and include upfront and straightforward pricing. If it's service and parts you're after, they have skilled technicians who are factory trained while offering knowledgeable parts experts. Maybe you need Nolf's full service body shop offering top quality collision repair to all makes and models of cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs. Or do you want to cruise the highway in a clean, shiny vehicle thanks to Nolf's detailing service? No matter your needs, Nolf Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram in Fairmont City is there for you. Find out more at nolfchrysler.dodge.com.
Welcome back to the Closest Lumber Company broadcast booth here, Frank Vericetti Field in Brockway. Brian Hagberg, Kerry Hover on the YDL Sports Network. It's Allegheny Gorilla Foxburg High School football getting set for the District 9 Class 1A Championship. Top seeded Redbank Valley, number 2 seed Port Allegany. Kerry, these two teams have, between the two of them, have won the last 3 District 9 Class 1A titles. Redbank Valley in 2020 and 2021. Port Allegany, of course, a year ago in 2022. And this is the 4th time in 5 years now that that Redbank Valley has been in the championship game looking for its 3rd title. A week ago in Bradford, as you mentioned a little bit ago, Aiden Bliss had himself a day, 35 carries, 288 yards, 4 touchdowns. And really this Port Allegany offense, you look at the numbers that those running backs, Bliss and Peyton Stiles, have put up on the ground this year, both over 1,000 yards, ton of touchdowns rushing. But it all starts with that big, nasty, mean offensive line. Those 5 guys all back from a year ago, and they really power this Port Allegany rushing attack.
You mentioned that, last year Port Allegany won the district title. The strength of that team, I mean, they had a good mix of pass and run, but the strength was their offensive line. Last year they had Blaine Moses to run behind, that big offensive line. Like you mentioned, those same 5 guys coming back. Coming into the season, I don't think fans were quite sure what to expect. Peyton Stiles played a good role last year, but he's really stepped in and been a phenomenal running back. Aiden Bliss coming through youth football, coming through junior high. You kind of knew he was going to be a player. You just weren't sure if he was going to be a big-time player this soon in his career. They both stepped up. In the last game of the regular season, both of them went over 1,000 yards. Peyton Stiles comes in with 1,181 yards. Aiden Bliss, as you mentioned, after the monster game he had last week, comes in with 1,558 yards, which is unofficially a single-season rushing record of Port Allegany. So between the two of them, 2,739 yards, 42 touchdowns. That's incredible.
Absolutely incredible to have that potent a ground attack. And it's not like the Gators are methodical about it, right? I mean, they're still averaging over 40 points a game offensively. And so it's not just this, wear them down, which it effectively does. But as we saw a week ago, Aiden Bliss ripped off a 70-yard touchdown run. So they're able to be explosive with that ground attack as well.
Yeah, between the two of those guys, Stiles and Bliss, they're averaging over 8 yards a carry. And like you mentioned, there's been some long runs on the season. Last week, after Bliss, it started to wear down Brockway's defense, finally ripped off a 70-yard run. And by that point, he was almost out of gas as he was chugging into the end zone.
Well, and, again, it's allowed Wilfong to come in and ease into that quarterback position. They don't ask him to do a ton, has just 96 pass attempts for the season, but has turned that into 960 yards, 13 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. You mentioned had a couple of picks last week. Just wasn't really a strong passing game at all for the Port Allegany offense. But again, they only attempted 5 passes because Aiden Bliss was just running all over the place.
Yeah, Nick, I've known Nick since he was in youth football as a second grader, and he's a talented kid. He just didn't seem to feel comfortable last week. He had those 5 passes, only completed 1, just a little swing pass to Aiden Bliss, the 2 interceptions. I think he's going to be a different player this week versus last week. It depends on with the weather and how much they put on his shoulders. I think the key are swing passes and, slant routes with Tristan Kaiser, maybe some seam plays right down the middle. So it'll be interesting to see how much they rely on him for passes.
Well, and we talked about, the health of the Redbank Valley, the quarterback room as a whole. And one of the ways that the Bulldogs can help that offense is to make Wilfong more uncomfortable in the pocket, or maybe force Port Allegany into some, 3rd and long and more, traditional obvious, quote unquote, obvious passing situations, and not only force those situations, but then apply pressure and make him uncomfortable in the pocket.
Yeah. Preparing for this game, I, looked at the stats on Max Preps. Defensively, Redbank Valley comes in with 19 interceptions as a team, 9 fumble recoveries, so 28 takeaways. Ashton Kale leading the team with 8 interceptions, Mason Klaus with 5. That's a lot of interceptions in high school football. Those two are obviously talented wide receivers. So defensively, they see a ball in the air and they're going to go get it. So it'll be interesting, like I said, to see how often Port Allegany passes. And, Port Allegany's got to watch out for those two looking to make a play.
Now, the one thing that was kind of interesting to me, looking again at some of those defensive metrics, they don't have anybody who's got a ton of individual sacks on the year. Jackson Huffman leads with just 2.5. Now they do have 4 other players with 2 each, but again, so it's not like there's constant pressure in the backfield like you do see on the opposite side when Port Allegany's on the field defensively, and Miska and Yuso Young combining now for 15.5 sacks between the two of them. Braylon Button adding 3 more, so it's just different the way they approach the defensive side, where it seems Redbank Valley's a little more willing to sit back and try to force you into a mistake and take advantage in the secondary, where Port Allegany's philosophy is to just come at you and attack and let those young boys in the big defensive line disrupt and force the mistakes that way.
Yeah, that's interesting that you noticed that too. I'm looking at the stats. Redbank Valley, 15 sacks as a team, and like you said, 5 guys with 2 or 2.5 sacks. There isn't one guy that's got 10 sacks that it's like, oh man, you got to block that guy. But the thing that I wrote down and underlined was speed. When I went down to that game in New Bethlehem, for the game between the Gators and Redbank Valley is fast. Their linebackers are fast. So, that's the key. Port Allegany's got to get a body on those linebackers and keep them, open up some running lanes.
As you see, Port Allegany taking the field now. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back with our players to watch and keys to the game. It's the Allegany Grill of Foxburg High School football on the YDL Sports Network.
With a beautiful selection and amazing customer service, A Stitch in Time Custom Embroidery has quality merchandise that can have almost anything made to fit your needs. Stop by at 44 North Main Street in Port Allegany. Like us on Facebook at facebook.com/A Stitch in Time Custom Embroidery, or give us a call today at 814-642-1172.
Are you suffering from back pain, headaches, sciatica? Did you know that a healthy nervous system leads to a healthy body? Find out more from Dr. Andrew Young at Port Allegany Chiropractic and Olean Family Chiropractic. A District 9 lifer, born and raised in Clearfield and now calling Port Allegany home, Dr. Young has over 20 years of experience. And Port Allegany Chiropractic and Olean Family Chiropractic have a mission to provide their patients the best results in the shortest time, whatever their health goals are. Find out more at PortAlleganyChiropractic.com and OleanChiropractic.com. Chiropractic care and good health go hand in hand. Carrie Hover, financial advisor of Cades Margolis. For all your retirement planning needs, contact Carrie at 814-558-1699 or send him an email at khawver@4kmc.com. Moe's Bar and Grill in Port Allegany. One of our customers called our offerings the best gourmet bar food you'll ever have. That pretty much sums us up. Stop in and see us at 68 West Mill Street, Port Allegany, or give us a call at 814-642-7999. That's 814-642-7999. Moe's Bar and Grill.
Located at 500 Broad Street, Redbank Chevrolet is proud to be your new Bethlehem auto dealer, offering a wide variety of new cars and trucks, as well as certified used vehicles. We also welcome our Brookville, Pittsburgh, Katanning, and Oil City customers, and are committed to placing the keys of the right vehicle in your hands. What are you waiting for? Stop by and see us today, or give us a call at 814-275-2410.
Welcome back to the closest lumber company broadcast booth. Frank Berry Shetty Field in Broadway, getting set for tonight's District 9 Class 1A football championship between Port Allegany and Redbank Valley. We're going to pause real quick as they play the national anthem played tonight by the Redbank Valley Bulldog Marching Band. Brian Hagberg, Kerry Howard with you on the YDL Sports Network. Again, it's Allegany Grill at Foxburg High School football on the YDL Sports Network. Today's game is being brought to you in part by Allegany Electric in St. Mary's. Allegany Electric services St. Mary's, AlleganyElectric.com. By Phoenix Centered Metals in Brockway, PhoenixCentered.com. By the Warren County Visitors Bureau, visit them online, wcvb.net/events. And by Generational Wealth Management with offices in Erie and Bradford, insurance products from Northwestern Mutual, an industry leader, online, gwm.nm.com. And Kerry, let's take a look now at our Dave Jones Allstate Insurance players to watch. You're in good hands with Allstate Insurance and the Dave Jones Agency in Clarion and Meadville.
Players to watch. There was on both sides of the field, Port Allegany and Redbank Valley, a lot of players to watch, but in particular, number 9, Braylon Wagner. All I have are question marks. Does he play? If he does play, how healthy is he? How effective is he going to be? Is there any rust? If the rain picks up, does that affect their pass game? So I think Braylon Wagner is obviously, as soon as the game starts, we're going to see if he's even out there. So he's definitely the player to watch for Redbank Valley. On the Port Allegany side of things, I think it's number 3, Peyton Stiles. A lot of eyes are on Aiden Bliss. Redbank Valley, they know that Aiden Bliss had 280 yards last week. But I think Peyton Stiles is the X factor. That's what I'm calling him this week. I think Redbank's going to pack the box. And I think if the Gator coaching staff can sneak Peyton Stiles out of the backfield, maybe do some swing passes, some misdirection with him, I think he's the player to watch.
All right, those are our Dave Jones Allstate Insurance players to watch. Now let's take a look at our rehab center's keys to the game with 8 locations to serve you, including in Clarion, Brookville, and Katanning. Visit them online, rehabcenters.com. That's center spelled the old English way with an R-E-S.
Keys to the game for Redbank Valley. Does this rain, it looks like the rain started to taper off. If it picks up, how does that affect the game? How does that affect the pass game in particular? We know how talented Wagner is. Already talked about, him being the player to watch. We know how talented Kale, Klaus, and George are. Those guys are going to make plays on offense or on defense. But I think that's the key to the game is, does the weather affect things? On the Port Allegany side of things, I think if looks like they're going to receive the ball, I think for Port Allegany, they've got to start fast. They want to score on their opening drive, kind of flip the script on Redbank. Like we've mentioned, they're a run-heavy offense. And I think if they can get off to the start that they want to have, I think that's the key to the game.
All right, those were our rehab center's keys to the game. And that will just about wrap up our Hunter Station Golf Club pregame show. If you're looking for that perfect Christmas gift for that golfer in your life, then get them a membership at Hunter Station Golf Club just outside Tionesta. Located along the scenic Allegany River, the Hunter Station Golf Club is both challenging and fun. Find out more, hunterstation.com. Tonight's game also being brought to you in part by Moe's Bar and Grill in Port Allegany, Aaron and Merwin PC Attorneys at Law in Clarion, Subway in New Bethlehem, and Kerry Hopper, Financial Advisor, Katie Smargolis. Thank all of our sponsors tonight for helping us bring you tonight's game. Our first quarter tonight brought to you by Fox's Pizza Den in Port Allegany. There's no better way to watch the game than with a great slice from Fox's Pizza Den in Port Allegany. You can eat it there, pick it up, or have it delivered. Order online now at foxespizzaportallegany.com. This is a Bruno Iorfito Wrestling Camp opening kickoff. And that kick's going to roll down the field. Taken by Bliss. Bliss getting to the sideline, running over a man and getting out near the 35, maybe the 36-yard line.
Yeah, nice run back there by Aiden Bliss. We saw last week in Bradford against Brockway that Aiden Bliss had a very long kick return, which that obviously sets Port Allegany up where they want to start.
So the Gators will take over at their own 37. And Gators now getting the play in, checking over the defense. And direct snap to Bliss. He'll go forward for about 3 yards.
So for fans that haven't seen Port Allegany play at all this year, you'd probably notice 2 big dogs in the backfield there. Miski Young, Carson Neely, Aiden Bliss running the Wildcat. You're going to see a lot of this formation. They call it the Stampede formation. So we'll see if they stick with that or if they go back to the normal set with Nick Wilfong running the show.
And so it looks like Neely's going to go over to the other side, at least for now, as the play comes in. Styles split out to the far side. Tristan Kaiser near side. And Bliss has a little trouble with the snap, but corrals it in, and then it's hit. And he's going to be stopped for a loss. And that was Owen Klaus on the stop for Redbank Valley. One of those three. He's the emergency quarterback, as we were told a week ago. Good to see him back out there and playing. And so a loss of a yard there makes it 3rd down and 8 from the Port Allegany 39. Opening possession of the Fox's Pizza Den in Port Allegany first quarter. And that was a Larson's garbage service loss of yards there. Is Bliss going to take this one, and he's going to get hit and drop for a loss again. Now, maybe he did get back to the line of scrimmage, but gang tackling there by Redbank Valley will bring up a 4th down and a Bruno Iorfito Wrestling Camp punt.
Those last 2 plays, you saw the speed of Redbank Valley's defense. You know, they know that Port Allegany is going to run the ball, and Redbank Valley was just, flying to the ball.
And back to receive number 0, Ashton Kale, number 12, Mason Klaus.
And if I'm Port Allegany, I just punt it out of bounds here and take 20, 30 yards. I don't want to put it in Redbank Valley's hands to make a play.
Yeah, we've got our first Showcase Homes penalty of the ball game. And it is a false start against Port Allegany. When building a new home, you'll never be penalized when you use Showcase Homes. Showcase Homes is your experienced new home builder in Western PA. Showcase Homes brings your dream to life. Visit them online at visitshowcasehomes.com. Again, this is a Bruno Iorfito Wrestling Camp punt. The Bruno Iorfito Wrestling Camp in Port Allegany is the best wrestling camp you've never heard of. The 2024 camp is being held June 17 to 21. Check out more at teambruno.org. And they do get the kick away. And fair catch is called for and made at the 32. And it's like we may have lost a connection, came loose there on our camera feed. Let's see if we can get that back for you real quick. And there it goes. Apologize for that. Our cameraman is up top, and I think he's just got a loose connection up there, but getting that underway. And a little pitch pass there to Kale. And that was Jackson Huffman taking the snap. And give Kale 6 on that.
Yeah, 6 be 2nd and 4. Starting again for the Bulldogs.
And Huffman going to keep it himself, makes a move, and an extra effort may have gotten him enough for the 1st down. And the far side official says it is with that spot.
So that's Huffman running the show there?
Number 16, Jackson Huffman, yes, is taking the snaps at quarterback right now. And he does have enough for a Tie Nested Builder Supply 1st down. And to give this time to Drew Byers. And he's got another big gain across midfield into Port Allegany territory.
So Redbank Valley keeping it on the ground there. We see the obvious speed of Drew Byers. That's one of the strengths that they have that they haven't had to rely on as much, being able to throw the ball so effectively all year.
Huffman in the gun has Byers a sidecar to his left. And ball is on the ground. Fight for the ball, and it looks like Byers was able to fall on it. Fortunate there for Redbank Valley that they were able to fall on that football. But the linemen were the first ones to see that it was on the ground.
Yeah, it was kind of a weird play. I'm watching Braylon Button here for the Gators, and he just kind of stopped, and then it was like, wait a minute, there's a ball here on the ground. So, fortunate for the Gators, this is going to be 3rd and long. We'll see if Redbank Valley goes back to the air here.
That was a Larson's Garbage Service 15-yard loss. You might want to consider throwing that play away. If they do, Larson's Garbage Service will be here to haul away. Larson'sGarbageService.com. Huffman back to pass, has time, and it's through the hands, and it picked off. No, they say it's incomplete. The official on the near side is saying incomplete. The official on the far side said it's intercepted. And the call is, they're going to call that an incomplete pass.
So I was going to mention on that play, Tristan Kaiser blitzed from his linebacker spot. He doesn't show up, statistically with a ton of sacks, but when the Gators blitz him, he creates havoc, and it frees up the defensive lineman to make a play, and it put a little pressure on Huffman to get rid of it. And fortunate for Redbank Valley, that fell incomplete.
Aiden Bliss back to receive this Bruno Iorfito Wrestling Camp punt. High snap. And Klaus is just going to run. He's got all kinds of space. Can he get there? No. Gutsy call there by Redbank Valley. Not even midway through the first quarter and right around midfield, but Klaus almost picked it up.
Yeah, credit to Redbank Valley for being aggressive there. Sean Payton in the NFL, he's known for onside kicks and maybe going for it on fourth and short when you don't expect it. And hey, Redbank Valley is being aggressive.
That's an SFPC Prime Fitness USA change of possession. Specialty Fabrication and Powder Coating and Prime Fitness USA are both companies that are family owned and operated out of Franklin. SFPC is actively seeking new talent, has openings at its 2 plants in Venango County. Find out more at sfpc.com/careers. So second possession now, Fox's Pizza Den in Port Allegany, first quarter for the Gators. They start right near midfield. And this time the snap goes to Wilfong, and he's going to, that was Styles. It was 3, not 8. Apologize for that. Styles on the carry.
Yeah, so Styles gets his opportunity to run the show here, running behind that big offensive line with Aiden Bliss as a sidecar. So he'll hand it off occasionally to him or keep it himself.
And we've got an officials timeout here, as I think there was an equipment issue. And they're going to reset the play clock.
So looks like they're trotting their normal set back on. Wilfong comes back out. The extra linemen go back off.
Vayu and Kaiser split near side. Jared Funk up top. Styles deep back, Bliss in front of him, Wilfong under center. Give it to Styles. He's got a big hole. Shakes a tackle, then loses the football. And it's still a fight for it. Port Allegany had it initially, and it is the Gators recovering.
So nice run there by Peyton Styles. Very fortunate for the Gators to come up with a fumble recovery, but that was an opportunity for Redbank Valley to pounce on that. But good run by the Gators.
And that is a Ty Nesta Builder Supply first down for Port Allegany. Ty Nesta Builder Supply has locations at Chippenville at Ty Nesta and online at tynestabuilders.us. As we approach the midpoint of the Fox's Pizza Den in Port Allegany first quarter.
I'll try to stay out of your viewpoint here, Brian, as I try to peek my head around here to get a view.
Wilfong turns, gives to Styles, and this time he's hit. And he's tackled forward for a short gain. Number 51, Brandon Ross on the stop, and he's coming up gimpy a little bit.
So looks like Redbank Valley has a 5-man front. No safety. Looks like they're walking the safety up.
And we'll keep an eye on Ross. He's second leading tackler for the Bulldogs. Wilfong now in the gun, give to Styles. Styles trying to turn the corner. He's not going to get there. Good open field tackle there by Mason Klaus, number 12.
Yeah, great tackle by Klaus. Looked like Styles might have the corner there, but only a couple yard gain.
And that'll bring up a Luton's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning third down. When you get backed up on third and long, call Luton's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning to get you moving again. LutonsPlumbing.com.
So it looks like Redbank Valley's given a lot of room there for the receivers. So they're almost daring Port Allegany to pass here.
Ball on the Redbank Valley 30. Would imagine any kind of positive gain here is going to be 4-down territory for the Gators. And Bulldogs in the backfield immediately. And that was again, Ross shot through the gap to disrupt that play for a gain of maybe a yard.
Yeah, Styles with a yard or two there. If that play would have been designed to the outside, looks like maybe he had an opportunity to get around the edge there. But
And we've got a Redbank Valley player is down right around the 25. Looks like that's Owen Klaus. And while they tend to him, we will step aside. This is Allegany Grill of Foxburg High School football on the YDL Sports Network.
Located at 500 Broad Street, Redbank Chevrolet is proud to be your new Bethlehem auto dealer, offering a wide variety of new cars and trucks, as well as certified used vehicles. We also welcome our Brookville, Pittsburgh, Katanning, and Oil City customers, and are committed to placing the keys of the right vehicle in your hands. What are you waiting for? Stop by and see us today, or give us a call at 814-275-2410.
So 4th down and 7 coming up for the Gators as Owen Klaus helped to the sideline for the Bulldogs. As we approach the 4-minute mark of the Fox's Pizza Den in Port Allegany first quarter. Toss to Styles. Has some blockers in front, but he is going to be stopped short. And another SFPC Prime Fitness USA change of possession. This time the Bulldogs come up with the 4th down stop.
last time Port Allegany played on this field against Brockway, Peyton Styles had a lot of yards after contact. Redbank Valley is they're sure tacklers tonight. When they come to come up and make a play, they're bringing the ball carrier down.
And there is a timeout on the field. We'll take it with them. Allegany Grill at Foxburg High School football on the YDL Sports Network.
For all your sandwich needs, stop in at the New Bethlehem Subway, located across the street from Redbank Valley High School. The New Bethlehem Subway is open 7 days a week for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Stop in today to get your gift cards or order a sandwich or salad online through the app or in the store. The New Bethlehem Subway is a proud supporter of Redbank Valley Athletics.
Nothing goes better with watching sports than a great slice of pizza. And for over 25 years, where better to get a slice in Port Allegany than at Fox's Pizza Den. Like the Gators, Fox's Pizza works hard to serve you with a friendly staff and delicious food. Don't wait a second longer. Call now for pickup or home delivery at 814-642-2623. You can also order online at foxespizzaportallegany.com. At Fox's Pizza Den in Port Allegany, we have a large in-house dining room and a banquet area on the second floor. Stop in and see us soon. Go Gators!
And we are back here at Frank Varischetti Field in Brockway. First down for Redbank Valley at its own 25 after a 4th down stop. And now this looks like maybe we've got a change at quarterback. Trying to check the number. That does not. Well, that was Hoffman, 16. Looked like a different number from our vantage point. Apologize for that. And that is a Tionesta Builder Supply first down on the first down carry for Huffman. And Huffman gives to Byers, wiggles his way through the line before being stopped at the 40. It was a 3-yard pickup.
Redbank Valley keeping it on the ground here. Sorry, Brian.
Yep.
4-man front for the Gators. Looks like, occasionally they're cheating. Tristan Kaiser up here, so we'll see if the Gator defensive coaching staff changes things up a little bit to try to shut down the run.
Yuso Young on the stop there for Port Allegany. 2nd and 7. Huffman back to throw. Under pressure, and he's going to get hit and sacked. Guess who? Miska Young for the Gators.
Yeah, Miska Young, as you mentioned earlier, 11 sacks coming into the game. That's his 12th sack of the game, almost a sack per game. Redbank Valley definitely has to account for him. He's a menace on the defensive line.
And loss of 13 there. That's a Larson's Garbage Service loss of yards. And makes it 3rd down and 23 for Redbank Valley. They send a man in motion, a little pitch pass to him. And that is Kale weaving his way through traffic, and he's going to be close to the first down. And Redbank Valley may think about going for this one here. Going to be 4th and a yard.
Yeah, Ashton Kale shows you there how athletic he is. I don't know how many times he cut there, 3-4 times, and made tacklers miss. Bring up a 4th and short.
And Bulldog offense is going to stay on the field. They ran a fake last time on 4th down. Owen Klaus nearly picked it up. Trips right. Huffman tried the hard count. Mason Klaus, a single receiver near side, and now Huffman going to go under center, and they're going to try the sneak, and Port Allegany stuffs it. And then the Gators with their second 4th down stop, and it's another SFPC Prime Fitness USA change of possession. We're seeing some big-time defense in this first quarter.
I love the aggressiveness by Redbank Valley. Port Allegany defensive line comes up and makes a play there, puts them in good field position. We'll see if their offense can do something with the ball.
You saw Redbank Valley try to kind of quick change that from a shotgun snap to Huffman under center, and the Gator defensive line made a stand. Now Port Allegany has the ball 1st and 10 at the Redbank Valley 46. And Wilfong gives to Styles, and Styles is hit in the backfield by Kale. And here you see again the speed of Ashton Kale. It's another Larson's garbage service loss of yards. Loss of 3 this time for Port Allegany.
Yeah, like I mentioned earlier, Redbank Valley are just sure tacklers tonight. So, we'll see if Port Allegany's running backs can sneak out of some of these attempts at tackles and see if they can, make a difference here.
And we've seen the ball on the turf a couple of times already as the rain that was coming down pretty heavy through our pregame has slowed significantly. But again, turf is still wet, and so once those balls start getting wet, the towels start getting wet, can make them a little slippery, and that may end up being the difference. Direct snap this time, and that is Styles, and Styles is going to go 49 yards for the Port Allegany touchdown.
Yeah, great run there by Pete Styles. A little misdirection. Thought it was going left, coming back right.
And Styles with the big play. We talked about it. This is definitely a ground and pound offense, but they can break off the explosive plays. And Peyton Styles had one there, 49 yards to pay dirt.
Yeah, and Peyton Styles was my player to watch. Like I said, I think he's the X factor tonight. Obviously you got to account for Aiden Bliss, but I think Peyton Styles is going to have a big day today.
And Jared Funk will come on to attempt the extra point. Wolfong to hold. And that kick is up and good. So officially a minute 30 to go here at Frank Verschetti Field in Brockway. Your score, Port Allegany 7, Redbank Valley nothing. We'll be back with more Allegheny Grill of Foxburg High School football on the YDL Sports Network.
Are you suffering from back pain, headaches, sciatica? Did you know that a healthy nervous system leads?
Aaron and Merwin PC, attorneys at law, are 2 born and raised Clarion County attorneys with an office in Clarion, PA, serving the Tri-County area in criminal defense, DUI, family law, child custody, divorce, and wills and estates. Visit our website at aaronandmerwin.com and contact us at 814-229-5300. And welcome back to the Closest Lumber Company broadcast booth here, Frank Verschetti Field in Brockway. Brian Hagberg, Kerry Hopper with you on the YDL Sports Network. Peyton Styles' 49-yard touchdown run has put Port Allegany in front 7-0 over Redbank Valley District 9 Class 1A Championship. 90 seconds to play. Fox's Pizza Den at Port Allegany first quarter as Funk getting set to kick. And that kick is taken by number 10, Caden Niceswanger, out to about the 25. And that's where the Bulldogs will start.
Yeah, special teams could be a big factor in this game. When Port Allegany and Redbank Valley played earlier in the season, there was a punt return that Redbank Valley took to the house and really swung the momentum, further in Redbank's favor. So we'll see if special teams plays a big factor in this game.
First and 10 for the Bulldogs, their own 25. And again, it is Jackson Huffman taking the snaps for Redbank Valley. And he gives to Byers. Byers had to reverse field, was hit in the backfield. And Port Allegany thinks they've got a fumble recovery, but it is second down. Miski Young in on the stop for Port Allegany again.
I keep mentioning Tristan Kaiser. They keep cheating him up, and like I said, his name might not show up on the defensive stat sheet a lot, but he just creates havoc when he gets in there.
Well, an interesting matchup to watch here. Mason Klaus and Kellen Vayu here on the near side, one-on-one. Fake, and they're going to try for Klaus. Klaus has a step, but it's misfired there by Huffman. Good coverage there by Vayu on the play, but Klaus late in that route got a step, and if Huffman had been able to lead him just right, he might have gone.
Yeah, Huffman, put the ball in the neighborhood. That's a tough assignment. That's a senior wide receiver going against a freshman cornerback, so that'll be something to watch as we keep playing here.
Luton's Plumbing, Heating, Air Conditioning, third down for the Bulldogs. And Huffman rolling, throwing, and it is caught far sideline and out across the 40 for the Ty Nesta Builder Supply first down. I believe that was Ashton Kale again. Had himself a solid ball game here in the first quarter.
Yeah, good play by Huffman. Rolls right to get himself out of the pocket. I thought maybe Miski Young would get his hands on him, but he made a nice play.
Bulldogs have first and 10 at their own 43.
It is a Ty Nesta Builder Supply first down for Redbank Valley at its own 43. And they send a man in motion. Huffman fakes it to him and keeps it himself, but Tristan Kaiser not allowing him to get very much there. We'll see if Redbank wants to run another play before the end of the first quarter. No, I see that Redbank Valley coaches are calling him to the sideline. So we will go to the end of the Fox's Pizza Den in Port Allegany first quarter. Your score, Port Allegany 7, Redbank Valley nothing. We'll be back with second quarter action. District 9 Class 1A Championship. Allegany Grill of Foxburg High School football on the YDL Sports Network.
Are you suffering from back pain, headaches, sciatica? Did you know that a healthy nervous system leads to a healthy body? Find out more from Dr. Andrew Young at Port Allegany Chiropractic and Olean Family Chiropractic. A District 9 lifer, born and raised in Clearfield and now calling Port Allegany home, Dr. Young has over 20 years of experience. And Port Allegany Chiropractic and Olean Family Chiropractic have a mission to provide their patients the best results in the shortest time, whatever their health goals are. Find out more at PortAlleganyChiropractic.com and OleanChiropractic.com. Chiropractic care and good health go hand in hand.
With a beautiful selection and amazing customer service, A Stitch in Time Custom Embroidery has quality merchandise that can have almost anything made to fit your needs. Stop by at 44 North Main Street in Port Allegany. Like us on Facebook at facebook.com/A Stitch in Time Custom Embroidery, or give us a call today at 814-642-1172.
Redbank Valley has it second down and 10 to start the Nolf Chrysler Dodge Jeep second quarter. No matter your needs, Nolf Chrysler Dodge Jeep Raymond Fairmont City is there for you. Find out more at NolfChryslerDodge.com. And Huffman looking to throw. And Klaus caught it, but was down immediately, so that'll bring up a third and long. We understand there's again a connection issue. Our cameraman is up top and working on getting that connection. There we go. Again, apologize for that. So it'll be a Luton's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning third down and long, 3rd and 16 for the Bulldogs, trailing 7-0 to Port Allegany, District 9 Class 1A Championship. Huffman to throw. He's got time. He's got a man. It's Kale, and Kale makes the catch. What a catch by Ashton Kale in tough coverage. And there's a big play by Redbank Valley.
Yeah, I was just about to say before that play, if I'm Redbank Valley and I see single coverage there, I take a shot. I think that's a tough assignment for anybody.
And that is a Ty Nesta Builder Supply first down, a big one for Redbank Valley. They're now in the Pizza Hut red zone. Still time for you to order a fresh hot pizza today online at pizzahut.com, where no one out pizzas the hut. At the 15, give is to Byers. Byers hit just as he got to the line of scrimmage, so no gain there. It'll be second down and 10.
Yeah, it looked like he had an opening there, but it closed up quickly by the Gator defensive line.
And 2nd and 10 now from the 15 as the rain has picked up again a bit here in Brockway. Bulldogs trying to knot things up. Fake to Byers. Huffman throws, corner for Kale, but out of his reach. And that'll make it 3rd and 10.
Yeah, I think when in doubt, I'm not a huge fan of the fade play, but I think in this scenario, I think that's a good option for Redbank Valley.
Oh, and especially the way Ashton Kale's played so far here tonight. Want to let you know tonight's game also being brought to you in part by Allegany Electric in St. Mary's. Allegany Electric Services St. Mary's has been providing industrial and commercial electric solutions for over 35 years. Find out more at AlleganyElectric.com. Huffman rolling, now stops, fires across the field. Mason Klaus caught for the Redbank Valley touchdown.
Yeah, nice pass there by Huffman, turning around and throwing it back the other way.
Shifted the defense to the right, came back and threw left and found Klaus streaking across the middle of the end zone. Touchdown number 17 on the season for Klaus. And Owen Klaus, who is their typical kicker, was injured earlier, so now Huffman in. 2-point conversion, has time, fires, and it's broken up in the end zone. And there's a flag down in the middle of the field. So let's see what this Showcase Holmes penalty is. If the Bulldogs will get another shot at it. We have a chop block against Redbank Valley. And a personal foul against Port Allegany with targeting. And those penalties offset. We'll replay the try.
So a lot happening on that play.
All kinds of stuff going on there.
This is a big decision because, this game might come down to a point or two. So if Redbank
Valley like we said, though, Owen Klaus is their kicker, and he came off injured in the middle of the first quarter. So now Bulldogs are going to try. It looks like they're going to try the same play. And that's going to be knocked down. I think Port Allegany might have got away with a horse collar tackle there by Carson Neely on Huffman. But regardless, the try is no good. So with 10:22 to go in the North Chrysler Dodge second quarter, Port Allegany 7, Redbank Valley 6. We'll be back more Allegany Grill of Foxburg High School football on the YDL Sports Network.
Why should you choose Nolf Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram in Fairmont City? Why wouldn't you choose them? At Nolf, their sales are speedy and include upfront and straightforward pricing. If it's service and parts you're after, they have skilled technicians who are factory trained while offering knowledgeable parts experts. Maybe you need Nolf's full service body shop offering top quality collision repair to all makes and models of cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs. Or do you want to cruise the highway in a clean, shiny vehicle thanks to Nolf's detailing service? No matter your needs, Nolf Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram in Fairmont City is there for you. Find out more at nolfchryslerdodge.com.
And we are back here. A 15-yard touchdown pass from Jackson Huffman to Mason Klaus gets Redbank Valley on the board. Owen Klaus did kick that off. That's a Bruno Iorfito Wrestling Camp kickoff taken by Peyton Stiles, and not much doing there. But interesting that they had Klaus come in for the kickoff, but not to attempt the extra point.
Yeah, that is interesting. And like we were talking, this game could come down to a point or two here or there. So, 2-point conversions are going to play a big factor in this game.
7-6, Port Allegany leads it, 10-15 to play. North Chrysler Dodge second quarter from Frank Verichetti Field in Brockway, District 9 Class 1A Championship. Brian Hagberg, Kerry Hopper with you on the YDL Sports Network. First and 10 for the Gators from their own 18. And again, the rain has started to come down a little heavier. And that one's going to be taken by Stiles. Stiles gets the corner, and we got a flag at the end of that play. Right now, it's a Tynessa Builder Supply first down.
So nice run there by Stiles, but looks like they're going to call a holding over here on the wide receiver.
There's a Showcase Holmes penalty coming up. A appears again as though it's going to be against Port Allegany. And that will be a spot foul. And they will replay first down, but all told, that's actually a pretty positive gain there for Port Allegany, as now it's going to be first down and 3 from the 25.
Yeah, that's really not too bad of a scenario for Port Allegany.
So they gained 7 yards and get to replay first down, though they did lose some yardage there, obviously, on the Showcase Holmes penalty. And Styles fakes, keeps it himself, has a huge hole, cuts back inside, and he will have enough for the Tionesta Builder Supply first down out across the 35 to the 37.
Yeah, nice run there by Peyton Styles, kind of weaving his way through. Tristan Kaiser, as he was blocking his guy, kind of threw his hands up to make sure he didn't get a holding call there. First and 10 Gators. We'll see if they keep it on the ground here. We haven't seen one in the air by the Gators, have we?
I don't believe so, no. Tonight's game also being brought to you in part by Moe's Bar and Grill in Port Allegany, Aaron and Merwin PC attorneys at Law and Clarion, Subway in New Bethlehem, and Kerry Hopper financial advisor Katie's Margolis. I want to thank all of our sponsors tonight for helping us bring you this District 9 Class 1A championship game. And this time the give is to Bliss, and Bliss fights through a tackle. Aiden Bliss down the sideline. Cuts back inside, and he gets close to the 20. Big run by Aiden Bliss.
Yeah, big run by Aiden Bliss. Hasn't really been a huge factor up to this point, but you knew eventually he was going to get his opportunity.
And he gets all the way down to the Redbank Valley 21. 42-yard gain there for Bliss. And the Gators are knocking on the door of the Pizza Hut red zone. And Styles going to keep it himself, takes it right up the gut, runs through a tackle. Tough running there by Peyton Styles.
Nice run by Peyton Styles. This is such an unusual offense by Port Allegany. It's almost like the old single wing offense where it was all runs. I mean, Port Allegany is going to run. Do you pack the box even more?
So it'll be second down and 4 now after the 6-yard carry. Again, that run by Bliss was an All-American Awards and Engraving big play. You can celebrate your big play with apparel or an award from All-American Awards and Engraving at Chippenville, allamericanhq.com. Styles going to try the left side, and this time there's nowhere to go. Host of Bulldogs in the backfield. That'll be a Larson's Garbage Service loss of yards. They might want to consider throwing that play away. If they do, Larson's Garbage Service will be here to haul it away. Larson'sGarbageService.com. Makes it third down and 5.
We just see the speed and athleticism of Redbank Valley's defense. They're just flying to the ball there.
Under 7.5 to play in North Chrysler Dodge second quarter. And Styles going to keep it himself and ran into some traffic. Was fortunate to fall forward there. Looks like he gained about 2, but it will bring up a fourth down.
I don't know if that was an option play where Styles had the option to give to Bliss, but it looked like maybe if that was the option, that would have been a good play to give it to him there.
Fourth down and 4. And in the first quarter, Kerry, we saw both teams defensively come up with some big fourth down stops. Trailing by a point, Redbank Valley could use another one here. Gators looking to keep this drive alive. And they tried to get Redbank Valley with the hard count, and now looks like Justin Biakowski is going to take a Fran Morelli sales and service timeout. The next time your vehicle takes a timeout, Fran Morelli sales and service in Brockway can get you moving again. FranMorelli.com. We'll take a quick timeout with them. Allegany Gorilla Foxburg High School football on the YDL Sports Network. Aaron and Merwin PC, attorneys at law, are 2 born and raised Clarion County attorneys with an office in Clarion, PA, serving the Tri-County area in criminal defense, DUI, family law, child custody, divorce,
and wills and estates. Visit our website at aaronandmerwin.com and contact us at 814-229-5300.
For $209.
Welcome back to the closest lumber company broadcast booth. Frank Verascetti Field in Brockway. Brian Hagberg, Kerry Hover with you for Allegheny Grill at Foxburg High School football in the YDL Sports Network. Port Allegany has a 4th down and 4 at the Redbank Valley 15. Gators lead the Bulldogs 7-6 District 9 Class 1A championship. And it's a keeper, and not going to get there is Peyton Stiles. And so another big 4th down stop for the Bulldogs. It's a SFPC Prime Fitness USA change of possession. Specialty Fabrication and Powder Coating and Prime Fitness USA are both companies that are family owned and operated out of Franklin. SFPC is actively seeking new talent and has openings at its 2 plants in Venango County. Find out more, sfpc.com/careers.
Port Allegany sticks with the run there. I thought maybe that was going to be the opportunity for the first pass of the game for them, but Redbank Valley makes a nice stop.
So Bulldogs take over 1st and 10 at their own 15. Huffman gives to Byers. Byers breaks through, gets to the 2nd level, and a gain of looks like about 6. It looked like he was going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage, and then somehow all of a sudden he squirted through and broke into the 2nd level there for a big gain.
Yeah, Drew Byers is a shifty running back, showing his athleticism there. Good play on 1st down.
2nd and 3, and we've got a Showcase Holmes penalty coming up here. Not sure if that was just an errant snap or what happened, but the ball just kind of trickled back. And that is a false start against Redbank Valley. When building a new home, you'll never be penalized when you use Showcase Homes. Showcase Homes is your experienced new home builder in Western PA. Showcase Homes brings your dreams to life. Visit them online at visitshowcasehomes.com. And Huffman looking to throw, fires back across his body, looking for Klaus. Went up, good effort there, but incomplete. Wilfong on the coverage.
Nice athleticism there by the wide receiver. Nick Wilfong just kind of does a volleyball spike and spikes it out of there.
Incomplete pass makes it 3rd down and 8. It's a Luton's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning 3rd down. When you get backed up on 3rd and long, Luton's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning can get you moving again. Visit them online, lutonsplumbing.com.
So it looks like Redbank Valley's going to that, one-on-one matchup when they have the single coverage, doing the jump ball plays.
And Huffman rolling left. He's under pressure, and he's going to get taken down right in front of the goal line. I believe that was Miska Young again.
Yeah, Miska Young is very familiar with quarterbacks. That's his, 13th sack on the game? That's going to be big, putting them back,
for
1 or 2
for the
yard
season,
line.
yeah.
For the season, sorry, not the game. That'd be a heck of a game. But
Yeah. And that is a Larson's Garbage Service loss of yards. And make it 4th and 21. Redbank Valley going to have to punt. And Owen Klaus right at the edge of the back of the end zone there. Aiden Bliss back to receive for Port Allegany. And low kick. And Bliss going to field it at the 40, shakes a tackle, spins away from another, ducks under another, and then is finally brought down at the 34-yard line. And that was a Bruno Iarfito Wrestling Camp punt by Owen Klaus. Bruno Iarfito Wrestling Camp in Port Allegany is the best wrestling camp you've never heard of. The 2024 camp is being held June 17 to 21. Find out more at teambruno.org. We'll be right back. It's Allegany Grill of Foxburg High School football on the YDL Sports Network.
For all your sandwich needs, stop in at the New Bethlehem Subway, located across the street from Redbank Valley High School. The New Bethlehem Subway is open 7 days a week for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Stop in today to get your gift cards or order a sandwich or salad online through the app or in the store. The New Bethlehem Subway is a proud supporter of Redbank Valley Athletics.
Moe's Bar and Grill in Port Allegany. One of our customers called our offerings the best gourmet bar food you'll ever have. That pretty much sums us up. Stop in and see us at 68 West Mill Street, Port Allegany, or give us a call at 814-642-7999. That's 814-642-7999. Moe's Bar and Grill.
Welcome back to the closest lumber company broadcast booth, Frank Verichetti Field in Brockway. Redbank Valley Port Allegany with the first and 10 from the Redbank Valley 34. Gators lead by 1, 7-6. District 9 Class 1A championship. Styles going to keep himself. Picks up some blockers down the sideline. Peyton Styles. And he's inside the 15, close to the 10. No, they're going to mark him down at the 8. And the Gators are in the Pizza Hut red zone. And that is another All-American Awards and Engraving big play for Peyton Styles.
Great run by Peyton Styles. Looked like that play was going right. Coming back to the left. Miska Young lead blocking. Great play by the Gators, and that sets them up in great field position, first and goal.
And it's Nestor Builder Supply, first down for the Gators. In at the Redbank Valley 8. And again, it's going to be Styles taking the snap. Fakes to Bliss, keeps it himself. And not much there for Styles, maybe gains a yard. We'll make it second and goal. And we saw the Gators got down not quite this close, but deep into Redbank Valley territory on their last possession. Bulldogs came up with a big fourth down stop. Can the Gators punch it in this time?
Obviously, 4-down territory. We'll see if the Gators go to the air at some point or if they just continue with the strength of their team, which is the run game.
Well, and you talked about that stampede formation with Young and Neely there on the left side. Styles taking the snap. Bliss to his right. And the give is to Bliss, and nothing doing there. Might have actually lost a yard on the play. And again, this Redbank Valley defense coming up big when it has to.
I think at some point, if you're Port Allegany, you might have to, put it in the air, even if it's Aiden Bliss throwing it. When Port Allegany played Brockway here, they ran this stampede formation. Then at one point, Aiden Bliss pulled up and threw one up the sidelines to Peyton Styles. So I think we might see that at some point. Maybe not here, but.
Wilfong has come back in to take the snap as Styles splits out to the right and throwing a towel towards the sideline there. Wilfong has Bliss behind him, and Justin Biakowski not liking something there, takes his second Fran Morelli Sales and Service timeout of the half. We'll take it with him. Allegany Gorilla Foxburg High School football on the YDL Sports Network.
Carrie Hover, financial advisor of Cades Margolis. For all your retirement planning needs, contact Carrie at 814-558-1699 or send him an email at khawver@4kmc.com.
Welcome back to the closest lumber company broadcast booth here at Frank Verichetti Field in Brockway. Closest Lumber has been your home improvement headquarters in Olean, New York, and Rowlett, PA since 1973. ClosestLumber.com. And we've got a third and goal coming up here for Port Allegany. 3:06 to play. North Chrysler Dodge second quarter. District 9 Class 1A championship. Wilfong in at quarterback, going to go under center now. Toss to Bliss. Spins away from a tackle, and then he's hit and stopped at the 4, maybe the 3-yard line. But now it will be fourth and goal.
Tough run there by Aiden Bliss. We watched a lot of Gator games this year, and Aiden does that bear crawl technique where he puts a hand on the ground. Thought maybe he'd crawl his way into the end zone, but nice tackling by Redbank Valley.
Fourth and goal. Tonight's game being brought to you in part by Phoenix Sintered Metals in Brockway. Phoenix is a Verichetti family-owned powder metal manufacturing company committed to being an industry leader through excellence, innovation, and continuous improvement. PhoenixCintered.com. And we've got another Port Allegany Fran Morelli Sales and Service timeout. Their final here of the first half with 2:26 to play. North Chrysler Dodge second quarter. The next time your vehicle takes a timeout, Fran Morelli Sales and Service in Brockway can get you moving again. FranMorelli.com. Tonight's game also being brought to you in part by Moe's Bar and Grill in Port Allegany, Aaron and Merwin PC attorneys at law in Clarion, Subway in New Bethlehem, and Carrie Hover financial advisor Katie Margolis. And Carrie, a big fourth down here for both of these teams, trying to get some momentum going in to the half. Now, Redbank Valley will get the ball to start the second half, so even more imperative maybe for Port Allegany to punch this one in and get some points on the board before halftime.
Looks like Port Allegany is going to try for a field goal. I'm not sure I've seen a field goal from Port Allegany all year long, but Jared Funk has shown that he can make kicks like this.
It's a 21-yard field goal attempt for Funk. Snaps there, kick is up, but it is wide right and no good. And so again, the Redbank Valley defense holds, keeps it a 1-point game. 2:21 to play. Nolf Chrysler Dodge second quarter. No matter your needs, Nolf Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Fairmont City is there for you. Find out more at nolfchryslerdodge.com. That is an SFPC Prime Fitness USA change of possession. And Redbank Valley going to take over 1st and 10 at its own 20. And so again, that's, the drawback to attempting that field goal is instead of, if you don't get the touchdown, pinning Redbank Valley deep. Now they're at the 20. And Huffman going to keep it himself, weaving his way through traffic and fighting the pile to get out to the 25. 5-yard gain for Huffman.
Looking down on the sidelines here, I see Braylon Wagner just pacing back and forth, and I really feel bad for him. He is a sophomore, such a talented kid, and just isn't able to play today. Huffman stepping in, playing really, really good so far.
2nd and 5 for the Bulldogs. Huffman back to pass. Has some time. Throws it over the middle. Is nearly picked off. Was looking for Kale, and Bliss came over and nearly came up with that interception.
Yeah, that would have been a huge turn of events there if Aiden Bliss was able to come up with it. This brings up a 3rd down play. Still, plenty of time on the clock.
And again, the rain continues to fall here in Brockway. It is 3rd and 5 for Redbank Valley at its own 25, trailing by a point. District 9 Class 1A championship. Huffman looking deep. He's got a man. It's Klaus. Klaus has the catch. No, it's not Klaus. It's 11. Ryland Rupp. And that is an All-American Awards and Engraving big play for the Bulldogs.
Nice pass there by Huffman. I think, that's the new key to the game. I think, Huffman showed that he can throw those deep passes. I think the Gators have to make an adjustment and stop that.
And Redbank Valley takes its first Fram Rally sales and service timeout. We'll take it with them. Allegany Grill of Foxburg High School football on the YDL Sports Network.
When it's your special day, we know you want everything to be just perfect. That's why at the Allegany Grill in Foxburg, we spared no expense in creating our new indoor-outdoor wood-framed event center with waterfalls, gorgeous views of the Allegany River, a fire pit, and plenty of parking. The Allegany Grill in Foxburg will take care of everything from catering to bartending, so all you have to do is bring the fun. We do it all for your wedding, anniversary party, corporate event, and so much more. One look at our new facility and we know you'll fall in love. And remember, the view is always free at the Allegany Grill in Foxburg, PA.
40-yard pass from Huffman to Ryland Roop has set Redbank Valley up in Port Allegany territory at the Gators 35. Officially 1:40 to play in the Nolf Chrysler Dodge second quarter. Port Allegany leads Redbank Valley 7-6, District 9 Class 1A championship. And this is a Ty Nesta Builder Supply first down for the Bulldogs. Gators show blitz. They bring it. It's picked up. Huffman has time. Wobbly pass, though. Was looking for Kale, but and again, as you saw, when we came back from break, the rain is coming down here, and that may have impacted that throw.
Yeah, it looks like Port Allegany's bringing pressure here. I keep mentioning Tristan Kaiser. When they blitz him, something positive happens for the Gators. So I'll keep an eye on that, see if that changes the game here.
2nd and 10 for Redbank Valley. Huffman looking to throw. Steps, looking over the middle, and it is intercepted. Jared Funk on the pick. And that is an SFPC Prime Fitness USA change of possession as Port Allegany takes over at its own 10-yard line. 1:26 officially to play in the Nolf Chrysler Dodge second quarter.
Yeah, that's a big play there by Jared Funk to come up with that interception. He had a couple slip through his hands last week, but that's certainly a game changer right there.
So first down now for the Gators at their own 10. And you got to think Port Allegany at this point in the half, less than 90 seconds to play, clinging to a 1-point lead, going to stick with their bread and butter. And a fumbled snap, ball's on the ground, and Redbank Valley says they have it. They do. And just like that, the Bulldogs are going to take over in the Pizza Hut red zone. Bulldogs now take over at the 11. And again, Kerry, I think we're seeing this rain is becoming a factor in this ballgame.
Yeah, absolutely. On that one pass there from Huffman, we saw that it was a little wobbly. We think that the elements might have played a part in that. And then the snap there. Redbank Valley has plenty of time. 1:20 left, 2 timeouts. They could run or pass here.
So first down and 10 at the Port Allegany 11. Kale in motion. They give him on the pitch pass. He cuts up inside, spins away from a tackle, and is down inside the 5. Looks like they're going to mark him down right at the 5, so a 6-yard gain for Kale as we're under a minute to play. North Chrysler Dodge second quarter. And Huffman going to keep it himself. He's hit. And he's only going to get to looks like the 3. And Redbank Valley going to take its second Fran Morelli Sales and Service timeout. And here we go. Carry 43 seconds to play in the first half. Redbank Valley just they're going to mark them down at the 4. So 1-yard gain there, just 4 yards away from taking the lead for the first time in this District 9 championship game.
This is a huge opportunity for Redbank Valley to score, head into halftime with the lead. They get the ball in the second half. Not to question Redbank Valley here. They know their players better than I do, but they've already got Braylon Wagner on the sidelines. If I'm a Redbank Valley fan, I don't like seeing the Port Allegany defensive line on my quarterback. I'd like to see get the ball in Drew Byers' hands or one of these receivers.
And the next time your vehicle takes a timeout, Fran Morelli Sales and Service in Brockway can get you moving again. FranMorelli.com. As we're coming out of this timeout, it'll be 3rd down and 3. So Redbank Valley can get a first down here without getting into the end zone. But it is 3rd and 3 at the 4. 43.3 on the scoreboard here at Frank Baraschetti Field in Brockway. Sent Kale in motion. It's the faked on the pitch pass, Huffman, and there is a flag down. Nothing there for Huffman, but this could be a crucial penalty. And that flag came out quick. Looks like it's going to go against Redbank Valley. As they're asking Justin Biakowski what he wants to do here. Do you take the down?
I think you push him back, and I think that's what Coach Biakowski decided.
And it is a chop block against Redbank Valley. So, yeah, absolutely. That's a big one. That's going to mark them, send them all the way back to the 19.
15-yard penalty.
And so now it'll be 3rd and 18. And again, Redbank Valley does not have to get in the end zone here. Can get a first down. And Blaine Gold's going to take his final Fran Morelli Sales and Service timeout of the half. We'll take it with him. Allegheny Gorilla Foxburg High School football on the YDL Sports Network.
Just like your team builds upon its success, Closest Lumber Company with locations in Olean, New York and Rowlett, Pennsylvania can help you build the home of your dreams. Closest Lumber, proudly celebrating its 50th anniversary, has everything you need to build and remodel your home, including building materials and supplies, lawn and garden accessories, and more. Stop into one of our locations to get some inspiration and work out the details of your next project. They also have an online showroom you can visit anytime at closeslumber.com. Closest Lumber, your hometown home improvement center since 1973.
And welcome back to the Closest Lumber Company broadcast booth. Frank Baraschetti Field in Brockway. Officially 37.9 on the scoreboard clock. 3rd down and 18 for Redbank Valley, trying to take the lead here in the District 9 Class 1A Championship against Port Allegany. Brian Hagberg, Kerry Hoffer with you on the YDL Sports Network. Big 3rd down play coming up here for both teams. An interesting formation, and now they split out, going to empty the backfield. Trips right. Huffman to pass, under pressure immediately, just throws it up, and it is knocked down by Funk. Interesting play call there, as they just let one of those Port Allegany defensive linemen come free on the play. And it looks like they're going to trot Owen Klaus out here to try about a 35-yard field goal. Or, excuse me, a 36-yarder. Ball's on the 19.
Yeah, this is a tough kick here.
And again, we saw Klaus was injured earlier in this game. They did not kick an extra point after the Mason Klaus touchdown, who holds. Kick is away. Does it have enough? No, just short. And so we've seen a pair of missed field goals here in the first half. And Port Allegany will take over. It's an SFPC Prime Fitness USA change of possession. And give Owen Klaus a lot of credit there. Got that kick away, nearly made it.
That was a nice little kick. And boy, this 7-6 game, heading into halftime, this is shaping up to be a classic.
Well, we saw this. Port Allegany took over after an interception and then fumbled exchange on the snap on the first play, gave Redbank Valley the ball. As Port Allegany looks like it's just going to take a knee here. And that is indeed the case as Will Fong takes a knee. So we will head to halftime with your score. Port Allegany 7, Redbank Valley 6. Don't go anywhere. We will be back with the Stitch in Time Custom Embroidery halftime show. It's Allegany Grill of Foxburg High School football on the YDL Sports Network.
You're watching high school sports on the YDL Sports Network.
Whether retirement is just around the corner or years away, John Bongiovanni, Lucas Slazak, and Adam Jack of Generational Wealth Management in Erie and Bradford are here for you. John, a Forbes-recognized best-in-state wealth advisor, Lucas and Adam provide customized investment advisory solutions and retirement planning services. Generational Wealth Management offers world-class investment services and internationally recognized insurance products from Northwestern Mutual, an industry leader. The Generational Wealth Management team provides a high level of expertise and service to their professional and business clients. Contact the Erie office at 814-651-0838 or the Bradford office at 814-368-4065 or check them out online at gwm.nm.com. When it's your special day, we know you want everything to be just perfect. That's why at the Allegany Grill in Foxburg, we spared no expense in creating our new indoor-outdoor wood-framed event center with waterfalls, gorgeous views of the Allegany River, a fire pit, and plenty of parking. The Allegany Grill in Foxburg will take care of everything from catering to bartending, so all you have to do is bring the fun. We do it all for your wedding, anniversary party, corporate event, and so much more. One look at our new facility and we know you'll fall in love. And remember, the view is always free at the Allegany Grill in Foxburg, PA.
With convenient locations in DuBois, Ridgeway, St. Mary's, and Warren, you don't have to travel far to get your game-winning smile with Cole Orthodontic Associates. The orthodontists of Cole Orthodontic Associates have been crafting beautiful, healthy smiles in north central Pennsylvania since 1960. Born and raised in the area, the doctors and staff at Cole Orthodontic Associates are committed to the people of this region. Visit colesmiles.net to schedule an appointment or consultation at the location nearest you today.
All-American HQ in Chippenville is your gift headquarters no matter the occasion. All-American HQ always has the perfect gift for that loved one or friend. From engraved cutting boards and coffee mugs to personalized sports apparel, All-American HQ has you covered. At All-American HQ, they'll put almost anything on almost everything. AllAmericanHQ.com. With locations in Chippenville and Tonesta Builder Supply is a full-service home improvement center specializing in everything you need to build or remodel your home. From power tools and accessories to paint and sundries and general hardware merchandise, Tonesta Builders has everything you need to get your project done quickly. Find out more at tonestabuilders.us and like them on Facebook.
Specialty Fabrication and Powder Coating LLC is family owned and operated out of Franklin, PA. SFPC is actively seeking new talent and has openings at 2 plants located in Venango County. Those openings are either first, second, or third shifts at one or both locations. Check out the specific enrollment opportunities at www.specfab.com or send an email along with your resume to careers@specfab.com. SFPC is an equal opportunity employer.
Welcome back to the closest lumber company broadcast booth here at Frank Verichetti Field in Brockway. It is the A Stitch in Time Custom Embroidery halftime show for all your costume embroidery needs, from hats to shirts, hoodies, jackets, blankets, bags, and more. A Stitch in Time Custom Embroidery in Port Allegany. Visit them online, facebook.com/A Stitch in Time Custom Embroidery. Your halftime score here in the District 9 Class 1A football championship game: Port Allegany 7, Redbank Valley 6. A 49-yard run from Peyton Stiles in the first quarter, answered by a 15-yard pitch and catch from Jackson Huffman to Mason Klaus. They tried to go for two, failed, had a second opportunity at it, and could not get the pass completed. And so that is your score, 7-6 here at the half. And Brian Hagberg, Kerry Hopper with you on the YDL Sports Network. And Kerry, this is a much different ball game than we saw in Week 8.
Absolutely. In that Week 8 matchup, Redbank Valley came out. They were throwing the ball all over the field. They showed their speed and athleticism. Braylon Wagner out today. Jackson Huffman in as the quarterback, throwing pretty good. The weather might be playing a little bit of a factor on the Port Allegany side of things. They haven't thrown the ball once. I mean, they're sticking to their strength, going back and forth with Peyton Stiles and Aiden Bliss running the ball. This is an interesting matchup. This is shaping up to be a doozy.
And now we're going to take a look at our out-of-town scoreboard, brought to you by Pizza Hut. It's still time for you to order fresh hot pizza online today at pizzahut.com, where no one out-pizzas the Hut. In District 9 in Class 2A sub-regional in the second quarter, Central Clarion 8, Westinghouse 7. Wildcats giving Westinghouse all they can handle right now. Class 3A sub-regional in the second quarter, Clearfield and Central Martinsburg are tied at 7. Over in District 10 in the Class 3A championship game, Sharon leads Hickory 6-0 in the first quarter. Our Andy Close is down in Farrell covering that one. Stay tuned to the YDL Sports Network for a complete recap of that game. In Class 4A sub-regional in the second quarter, Juniata with a 2-run homer leads Meadville 2-0. Interesting score there between those two teams in the second quarter. And in a Class 6A sub-regional in the second quarter, McDowell leading State College 16-6. Tomorrow in District 10, couple of district championship games. First at noon, the Class 2A championship, Farrell takes on Mercyhurst Prep. Then at 7 o'clock, the Class 1A championship, Lakeview and Cambridge Springs. The winner of this game tonight will meet the winner of that Lakeview-Cambridge Springs game next week in the PIAA tournament. And that could be a great matchup, depending on how things shake out here with this game and how things shake out tomorrow night over in District 10. I was talking to our colleague Chris Rossetti earlier today, and he was, as I said, I'm more in the regular season. I'm more embedded in District 10, and Chris is more here in District 9, and he was just kind of asking about matchups, and it would be really fascinating to me to see, if Redbank wins here tonight and Lakeview wins tomorrow night, how those two teams would match up, because they're built similarly. Conversely, if Port Allegany is able to hold on and win, and Cambridge Springs were able to win next week, that would be really, really interesting, because Cambridge Springs has the type of offensive front that could match up really well with Port Allegany. That would be, I'm a former lineman myself, so to me that would be a fantastic battle in the trenches, and one that would be worth the price of admission.
Yeah, that'll be an interesting matchup there. Whoever wins this game, all eyes are going to be on that game. Looking at the out-of-town scoreboard, if you're a Red Bank Valley fan, if you're a Port Allegany fan, frankly, if you're a team, a fan of the district, it's shaping up to be pretty good for District 9. Central Clarion up, would you say 8-7?
8-7, yeah, in the second quarter.
Red Bank Valley's only loss on the season was to Central Clarion. Port Allegany lost in that week 8 matchup to Red Bank Valley, lost in week 2 to Central Clarion. So, you're cheering them on. You hope they go on and win a state title.
Well, and that was really the big question for Central Clarion coming into this game against Westinghouse is, outside of those two matchups with these two teams here, there was a lot of questions about the strength of their schedule and, how good really are they? And right now they're showing they're good enough to hang with one of the teams that a lot of people consider to be one of the top teams in the state in Westinghouse. And that's a question that a lot of people over in District 10 have in that Class 2A championship. Farrell obviously is battle tested, been through the state tournament numerous times, played a really tough schedule this year, including games against Warren Harding and Cathedral Prep. Mercyhurst Prep only played 2 playoff teams all season. Now they just rolled through everybody. This is a team that gave up 36 points all year long. But again, the question is, how good are they? Because they really haven't been battle tested.
A lot of scoring out of some of those teams you mentioned there. Top 3 in the state. Central Clarion, number 1. I think Mercyhurst Prep was 2 and Redbank Valley 3. So a lot of scoring coming out of District 9 and 10.
And now we're going to take a look at our Brooks Huar Ledbetter Sports Person of the Year Award halftime stats. Do you know an athlete who goes above and beyond, not only on the field of play, but also in the field of life? Then nominate them for the Brooks Huar Ledbetter Sports Person of the Year Award. You can find out more at yourdailylocal.com/BHL Award. Congratulations again to our 2022-23 winner, Sagertown's Brady Greco. And at the half for Redbank Valley, Jackson Huffman, 8 of 16 passing, 148 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Ashton Kale has 5 catches for 99 yards. Mason Klaus, 2 for 11 and a touchdown, and Riley Roop, 1 for 40. The Bulldogs have run 31 plays in the first half for 161 yards. For Port Allegany, Peyton Stiles, 16 carries, 129 yards, and a touchdown. Aiden Bliss, 6 carries for 48 yards. The Gators did not attempt to pass in the first half. All told, the Gators ran 24 times for 181 yards and a touchdown. And, almost a complete role reversal from a week ago for Port Allegany. This week, it's Peyton Stiles with 16 carries to Aiden Bliss's 6.
I just had a feeling, if I was Redbank Valley coming into this game, I'm going to target, I'm going to focus on Aiden Bliss. You've got to account for him. But with 2 running backs in the backfield that have that speed and athleticism that Bliss and Stiles have, I just thought Stiles was going to be the X factor. Proven to be right so far. We'll see if Bliss gets a few more carries here in the second half. You highlighted 0 passes for Port Allegany. I think eventually, I don't know, maybe they won't pass, but I think at some point you're probably going to see 1 or 2 at just that right time that maybe catches Redbank Valley off guard.
Well, I don't know. I mean, when you run for almost 200 yards in the half, not a whole lot of incentive to pass, and especially again, this rain continues to fall here, and we've seen it impact the Redbank Valley passing game. So again, if you're Justin Bienkowski in the locker room, you're telling your guys, hey, outside of a fumbled snap, we've really done what we wanted to do offensively through the first half of this ball game. Not only are you running the ball very effectively, but you're also bleeding a lot of clock doing it that way and limiting the number of plays that Allegany or Redbank Valley is able to run.
Yeah, like you mentioned, 181 yards at halftime. Port Allegany's got to be very happy with that. But on the Redbank Valley side of things, to come in with your backup quarterback, Jackson Huffman, 8 for 16, 148 yards and a touchdown. Did have that 1 interception. But he's showing that he can make plays. He's putting the ball in the neighborhood. I think Port Allegany's really got to make sure that, when they're going single coverage, that they have the matchup they want.
All right, with that, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be back with more of a Stitch in Time Custom Embroidery halftime show here from Frank Veristetti Field in Brockway. It's Allegany Grill of Foxburg High School football on the YDL Sports Network.
For all your sandwich needs, stop in at the New Bethlehem Subway, located across the street from Redbank Valley High School. The New Bethlehem Subway is open 7 days a week for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Stop in today to get your gift cards or order a sandwich or salad online through the app or in the store. The New Bethlehem Subway is a proud supporter of Redbank Valley Athletics.
Nothing goes better with watching sports than a great slice of pizza. And for over 25 years, where better to get a slice in Port Allegany than at Fox's Pizza Den. Like the Gators, Fox's Pizza works hard to serve you with a friendly staff and delicious food. Don't wait a second longer. Call now for pickup or home delivery at 814-642-2623. You can also order online at foxespizzaportallegany.com. At Fox's Pizza Den in Port Allegany, we have a large in-house dining room and a banquet area on the second floor. Stop in and see us soon. Go Gators!
Aaron and Merwin PC, attorneys at law, are two born and raised Clarion County attorneys with an office in Clarion, PA, serving the Tri-County area in criminal defense, DUI, family law, child custody, divorce, and wills and estates. Visit our website at aaronandmerwin.com and contact us at 814-229-5300.
Just like your team builds upon its success, Closest Lumber Company with locations in Olean, New York and Rowlett, Pennsylvania can help you build the home of your dreams. Closest Lumber, proudly celebrating its 50th anniversary, has everything you need to build and remodel your home, including building materials and supplies, lawn and garden accessories, and more. Stop into one of our locations to get some inspiration and work out the details of your next project. They also have an online showroom you can visit anytime at closestlumber.com. Closest Lumber, your hometown home improvement center since 1973.
Why should you choose Nolf, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram in Fairmont City? Why wouldn't you choose them? At Nolf, their sales are speedy and include upfront and straightforward pricing. If it's service and parts you're after, they have skilled technicians who are factory trained while offering knowledgeable parts experts. Maybe you need Nolf's full-service body shop offering top-quality collision repair to all makes and models of cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs. Or do you want to cruise the highway in a clean, shiny vehicle thanks to Nolf's detailing service? No matter your needs, Nolf, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram in Fairmont City is there for you. Find out more at NolfChryslerDodge.com.
Welcome back to the Closest Lumber Company broadcast booth. Frank Varischetti Field in Brockway. Closest Lumber has been your home improvement headquarters in Olean, New York, and Rowlett, PA since 1973. ClosestLumber.com. This is a Stitch in Time custom embroidery halftime show for all your costume embroidery needs, from hats to shirts, hoodies, jackets, blankets, bags, and more. A Stitch in Time custom embroidery in Port Allegany. Visit them online at Facebook.com/A Stitch in Time custom embroidery. And now we're going to take a look at our rehab center's second half adjustments with 8 locations to serve you, including in Clarion, Brookville, and Containing. The rehab center always makes the right adjustments. The rehab center's chiropractors caring for help.
My second half adjustment for Redbank Valley is, can they complete a pass downfield? Huffman has had some jump ball plays. He's put it in the neighborhood, but I think if he can hit his receiver in stride, I think that's what could potentially separate this score here in the second half. Is the weather going to play a factor? As I look up, I look under the lights. Doesn't seem to be raining much now, but we'll see if that plays a factor. If I'm Port Allegany, I think you can continue to run the ball, but I think you've got to mix in some misdirection. When Port Allegany played Brockway here earlier in the year, we saw an end around on a 4th down play, totally caught Brockway off guard. I think maybe you need to mix in some misdirection. I mentioned in that same game where Aiden Bliss, after running, run after run after run, eventually pulled up and passed one to Styles. So I think, I think the opportunity is there to stick with your bread and butter. I just think that maybe some misdirection is the key to the second half here.
All right, those were our rehab center's second half adjustments. Again, the rehab center's chiropractors caring for health. Tonight's game is also being brought to you in part by Allegany Electric in St. Mary's, Allegany Electric Service of St. Mary's, AlleganyElectric.com, by Phoenix Centered Metals in Brockway, PhoenixCentered.com, by the Warren County Visitors Bureau, WCVB.net/events, and by Generational Wealth Management with offices in Erie and Bradford, Insurance Products from Northwestern Mutual, and industry leader GWM.nm.com. We will be back. There's a couple minutes left in the half here. We'll be right back with the start of the third quarter. This is Allegany Grill of Foxburg High School football on the YDL Sports Network.
With a beautiful selection and amazing customer service, A Stitch in Time Custom Embroidery has quality merchandise that can have almost anything made to fit your needs. Stop by at 44 North Main Street in Port Allegany. Like us on Facebook at facebook.com/A Stitch in Time Custom Embroidery, or give us a call today at 814-642-1172.
Are you suffering from back pain, headaches, sciatica? Did you know that a healthy nervous system leads to a healthy body? Find out more from Dr. Andrew Young at Port Allegany Chiropractic and Olean Family Chiropractic. A District 9 lifer, born and raised in Clearfield and now calling Port Allegany home, Dr. Young has over 20 years of experience. And Port Allegany Chiropractic and Olean Family Chiropractic have a mission to provide their patients the best results in the shortest time, whatever their health goals are. Find out more at PortAlleganyChiropractic.com and OleanChiropractic.com. Chiropractic care and good health go hand in hand. Carrie Hover, financial advisor of Cades Margolis. For all your retirement planning needs, contact Carrie at 814-558-1699 or send him an email at khavver@4kmc.com. Moe's Bar and Grill in Port Allegany. One of our customers called our offerings the best gourmet bar food you'll ever have. That pretty much sums us up. Stop in and see us at 68 West Mill Street, Port Allegany, or give us a call at 814-642-7999. That's 814-642-7999. Moe's Bar and Grill.
Located at 500 Broad Street, Redbank Chevrolet is proud to be your new Bethlehem auto dealer, offering a wide variety of new cars and trucks, as well as certified used vehicles. We also welcome our Brookville, Pittsburgh, Kittanning, and Oil City customers, and are committed to placing the keys of the right vehicle in your hands. What are you waiting for? Stop by and see us today, or give us a call at 814-275-2410.
Welcome back to the closest lumber company broadcast booth. Frank Barry Shetty Field in Brockway, just about set to start the third quarter District 9 Class 1A football championship. Port Allegany 7, Redbank Valley 6. Bulldogs will get the ball to start the second half. No matter where you live, Redbank Chevrolet in New Bethlehem is a place for a wide variety of cars, trucks, and certified used vehicles. Redbank Chevrolet is committed to playing the keys of the right vehicle in your hands. RedbankChevrolet.com. So Funk will be kicking for the Gators. Looks like Kale, Klaus, and Roop back to receive for the Bulldogs. And a little squib kick there by Funk, going to be taken at the 20 by Kale. Picks his way through traffic and gets out to the 35. And the Bulldogs will take over 1st and 10 at their own 35, trailing 7-6. Brian Hagberg, Kerry Hover with you on the YDL Sports Network. I want to thank everyone for tuning in here this evening for this District 9 Class 1A championship. Been a great ball game through the first half, Gary.
Yeah, I used that word doozy earlier. It has been a doozy. This is shaping up to be a classic here.
Jackson Huffman in the gun. Byers the sidecar to his right. Trips left for the Bulldogs. And the give is to Byers. He cuts back inside, spins away from a tackle, and gets a gain of maybe a yard. And outside of one big run there from Byers, it's been tough sledding for him against this Port Allegany front.
Yeah, the Port Allegany defensive line has done a good job on Byers. He's had a couple nice runs. I think there's still some opportunity there for Redbank Valley to stick with him.
2nd and 9. Fake to Byers. Down the sideline. He's got a step. It's Mason Klaus with a catch. And that is a tie nest Builder Supply first down for Redbank Valley. It's an All-American Awards and Engraving big play for the Bulldogs.
And that was the second half adjustment I mentioned. If Redbank Valley can hit the receivers in stride, I think that's going to totally change the second half. So they saw a matchup they liked and took a shot.
46 yards from Huffman to Klaus. At the 20-yard line, they send Kale in motion. Pitch to him. He avoids a tackle, gets to the sideline. Ashton Kale for 21 yards and a Daddies and Clarion touchdown, Redbank Valley.
And that's exactly how you want to come out in the second half if you're Redbank Valley.
3 plays, and the Bulldogs are in the end zone and lead for the first time here tonight. And it looks like they're going to keep the offense out again. We saw Owen Klaus attempt a 35-yard field goal. Didn't quite have enough leg on it, but after missing the 2-point conversion on the first touchdown, Bulldogs are going to go for it again. Pass is knocked away by Wilfong. So just over a minute into the third quarter, and Redbank Valley is in the end zone. They lead Port Allegany now 12-7. We'll be back with more Allegany Grill of Foxburg High School football on the YDL Sports Network.
With convenient locations in DuBois, Ridgeway, St. Mary's, and Warren, you don't have to travel far to get your game-winning smile with Cole Orthodontic Associates. The orthodontists of Cole Orthodontic Associates have been crafting beautiful, healthy smiles in north central Pennsylvania since 1960. Born and raised in the area, the doctors and staff at Cole Orthodontic Associates are committed to the people of this region. Visit colesmiles.net to schedule an appointment or consultation at the location nearest you today.
A 21-yard pass from Jackson Huffman to Ashton Kale, and Redbank Valley has taken the lead for the first time. District 9 Class 1A Championship. Welcome back to the Closest Lumber Company broadcast booth. Frank Verichetti Field in Brockway. Owen Klaus going to kick off for the Bulldogs. And it is taken at the 21 by Stiles. A nice return there by Peyton Stiles out to the 36. Another Bruno Iorfito Wrestling Camp kickoff from Owen Klaus. The Bruno Iorfito Wrestling Camp in Port Allegany is the best wrestling camp you've never heard of. The 2024 camp is being held June 17 to 21. Check out more, teambruno.org. And so now, Kerry, how did the Gators answer here? That was a quick strike by Redbank Valley, just 3 plays to go 65 yards.
Well, like we talked about at halftime, I think if you're the Gators, you stick with your bread and butter, which is the run. I just think eventually you want to see some misdirection.
First and 10 at the 36. Give is to Bliss, and he's hit and dropped for a loss. Austin Eastlick shot his way into the backfield, and that's a Larson's Garbage Service loss of yards. They may want to consider throwing that play away, and if they do, Larson's Garbage Service will be here to haul it away. Larson'sGarbageService.com.
I marked on my sheet here momentum. Momentum is huge in sports, and you feel the momentum swinging back to Redbank Valley's side here. Port Allegany obviously wants to score, but at least get a first down here. To
2nd and 12. And hard count there by Wilfong. Nearly drew the Bulldogs offside, but they're able to hold. And now Bliss going to come up to the sidecar, and they're running out of time. And Justin Biankowski is going to have to burn a Fran Morelli sales and service timeout early in the second half. Again, just a little over 2 minutes gone by here in the Redbank Chevy third quarter. No matter where you live, Redbank Chevrolet in New Bethlehem is a place for a wide variety of cars, trucks, and certified used vehicles. Redbank Chevrolet is committed to playing the keys of the right vehicle in your hands. RedbankChevrolet.com. Tonight's game is also being brought to you in part by Generational Wealth Management and John Bongiovanni, Lucas Slazak, and Adam Jack in Erie and Bradford. Generational Wealth Management is here for your investment needs. They offer world-class investment services and internationally recognized insurance products from Northwestern Mutual, an industry leader. Find out more at gwm.nm.com. And coming out of this Fran Morelli sales and service timeout, the next time your vehicle takes timeout, Fran Morelli sales and service in Brockway can get you moving again. FranMorelli.com will be a 2nd down and 12 coming up for the Gators. Trailing now 12-7 to Redbank Valley. Fake to Bliss. Styles going to keep it himself, and not much there. Looks like he maybe have got back to the original line of scrimmage. It'll be 3rd down and 10.
Yeah, like I mentioned, it feels like the momentum swinging back to Redbank Valley's side here. I think if you're Port Allegany and you call that timeout, you just got to relax. You've been in a lot of tense moments over the last couple years. Just relax and stick to your game plan.
It is a Luton's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning 3rd down. When you get backed up on 3rd and long, Luton's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning can get you moving again. Visit them online, lutonsplumbing.com. Wilfong's first pass attempt of the day is caught by Kaiser. Not going to be enough for the first down, but first pass, first completion for Wilfong. And it looks like the Gators might be keeping the offense on the field here at the 42. 4th down, and looks like about 4.
Looks like the punt team came on there, I think. Yep.
Yeah, and They're going to send the punt team on. Braylon Button's going to punt. It is a Bruno Iarfito Wrestling Camp punt. Redbank Valley playing it safe. Now they send a man back, and Button gets the kick away. And it's going to take a Port Allegany bounce down inside the 20, but you could see the water kicking up as that ball hit the turf here in Brockway. We're going to step aside for 15 seconds and be right back.
What's the recipe for surprising the kids, treating yourself, and ditching dish duty? You're looking at it. Order your Pizza Hut faves like original pan, original stuffed crust, and more at pizzahut.com. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
Redbank Valley takes over, has a 12-7 lead over Port Allegany. Just a little over 8.5 to play in the Redbank Chevrolet third quarter. Bulldogs start 1st and 10 at their own 19. Had a 3-play, 65-yard drive to take the lead. Looking for another deep one to Kale. He comes away with it. Ashton Kale. It's going to go 81 yards for the Daddies and Clarion touchdown. And you talked about it, Kerry. They needed to get that passing game going. And so far here in the third quarter, the Bulldogs have done just that.
Huffman's thrown accurate passes here in the second half, leading his receivers, and they're making plays. Those are huge points there because we don't know how many points are going to be scored in this game, and Port Allegany's got to make an adjustment.
And Kale just making the catch initially was a great play and then spun away from the defender and was off to the races. And now we're going to see Klaus attempt the extra point. The kick is up and good. So 8:20 to play. Redbank Valley Chevy third quarter. The Bulldogs lead Port Allegany 19-7. We'll be back with more Allegany Gorilla Foxburg High School football on the YDL Sports Network.
With locations in Chippenville and Tionesta, Tionesta Builder Supply is a full-service home improvement center specializing in everything you need to build or remodel your home. From power tools and accessories to paint and sundries and general hardware merchandise, Tionesta Builders has everything you need to get your project done quickly. Find out more at tionestabuilders.us and like them on Facebook.
Jackson Huffman finds Ashton Kale for an 81-yard touchdown just like that. That was an All-American Awards and Engraving big play for the Bulldogs. Celebrate your big play with apparel or an award from All-American Awards and Engraving in Chippenville, allamericanhq.com. Owen Klaus on to kick now as Redbank Valley leads Port Allegany 19-7. Closest Lumber Company broadcast booth, Brian Hagberg and Kerry Hover with you on the YDL Sports Network. And Stiles is going to let that one bounce all the way into the end zone for the touchback. Closest Lumber has been your home improvement headquarters in Olean, New York, and Rowlett, PA since 1973. ClosestLumber.com. Tonight's game also being brought to you in part by Moe's Bar and Grill in Port Allegany, Aaron and Merwin, PC attorneys at Law and Clarion, Subway in New Bethlehem, and Kerry Hover, financial advisor, Katie's Margolis. So Port Allegany now will take over at its own 20, trailing by 12. And the Gators are going to have to figure out a way to get that running game going again. Ran for 181 yards in the first half, but the Bulldog defense made an adjustment and had them bottled up, though Nick Wilfong's first pass did go for about 8 yards to Kaiser. We'll see if they try to go to the air more. And they're going to keep it on the ground. Bliss escapes a tackle, still fighting, still going forward. And Aiden Bliss moves the pile for a 4-yard pickup.
Redbank Valley has 6 guys at or near the line of scrimmage and 3 linebackers, no safeties, just daring Port Allegany to run.
You would think at some point, a play action pass or something, a little tight end pop right over the middle would really open things up for the Gators. But we'll see what the Port Allegany offense wants to do here. 2nd down and 6. Bliss now moves to Wilfong's left. And the give is to Bliss. Right off left tackle. He's through the hole and out across the 35 for a Tionesta Builder Supply 1st down. And why throw the ball when he can run it like that?
Port Allegany sticking with his bread and butter. Not time to panic. Down 12. Obviously, you don't want to be down 12, but you got to stick with your game plan. and hope to put up points on the board here if you're a Gator fan.
So first down now at the 35. And the give is to Bliss again, and he patiently waits for his block, spins around, and going to have another 4-yard gain.
That's key for Port Allegany to get 4 or 5 yards on first down. I think that's that's one of the keys that they need to focus on here in the second half.
And they're actually going to mark him down at the 40, so give him 5 yards on that, make it second down and 5. And the key here, Kerry, I think, is Port Allegany is not panicking. Down by 12, again, you've seen a couple of big plays, passing plays in the second half to start here for Redbank Valley, but the Gators still being patient. Give us to Styles. Styles has a big hole, runs through a tackle, and is going to get close to midfield. In fact, they're going to mark him down at midfield. Another Tionesta Builder Supply first down for the Gators.
Like you said, Port Allegany not panicking, just sticking with the two-headed monster, Aiden Bliss and Peyton Styles. And, plenty of time here in the second half.
Now, the key's going to be if Port Allegany comes away with points on this drive, the defense has got to find a way to slow that passing attack, which has been just absolutely on fire so far here in the second half. First down at midfield. And the give is to Bliss, and he'll plow his way forward for about 2. Or excuse me, that was Styles. Second and 8. And again, Port Allegany just doing what it does. No panic, not trying to rush through things. And this is maybe the best way to help the defense is, a long sustained drive and let those coaches get some adjustments figured out on the sideline. And the toss to Styles. Styles picks up a block, and he'll get it out to the 45. And that'll make it third down and 5. Would think this is probably 4-down territory here at this point in the
I
field.
would think so. That was a nice run by Styles. Puts him, in a manageable 3rd and 5. Like you said, I think maybe 4-down territory.
Wilfong in the gun. Sends Kaiser in motion, gives it to him. And Kaiser squeezed back in front, but then he's hit hard. Big tackle there by Brandon Ross. And it's a 4th down decision coming up for the Gators.
So there's that misdirection play I was talking about, for the second half adjustment. I think we'll probably go back to that play at some point.
And it is a 4th down and 4, and the Gators are going to go for it. Wilfong looking like maybe he's having some trouble getting the play from the sideline. Play clock down to 6. And Wilfong gets it off. He rolls, cuts back inside, keeps it himself. Wilfong is going to have enough for the Tionesta Builder Supply first down. Needed the 40, got to the 39, and this drive continues for Port Allegany.
So I think of the 10 different options I thought that would happen that play, I did not think we would see Nick Wilfong rolling and getting the first down, but nice play call by the Gator coaching staff.
And this drive being built by Tionesta Builder Supply with locations in Shippensville and Tionesta, online at tionestabuilders.us. First down at the 39. Styles weaving his way to the sideline, spins away from a tackle. Gain about 2. And again, Port Allegany just plugging away, content to take those 2-yard gains when they're there, to pick up 5 or 6 yards when it's available, and just keep the ball moving down the field.
Using a lot of clock here. We're under 3 minutes left in the third quarter. So if you're a Port Allegany fan, you almost have to score here. You don't want to put it back in Redbank Valley's hands.
Second and 8. Wilfong gets the play, has Bliss the sidecar to his right now. Nope, now he shifts back to the left. Twins to each side. They send the man in motion. It's Kaiser. Give is to Bliss, and he fumbles the ball, and Redbank Valley's got it. And a big turnover there by the Bulldogs. That's an All-American Awards and Engraving big play. As Redbank Valley stops what had been a very productive drive and takes over at its own 39. And with that, we're going to take a quick timeout. This is Allegany Grill of Foxburg High School football on the YDL Sports Network.
Are you suffering from back pain, headaches, sciatica? Did you know that a healthy nervous system leads to a healthy body? Find out more from Dr. Andrew Young at Port Allegany Chiropractic and Olean Family Chiropractic. A District 9 lifer, born and raised in Clearfield and now calling Port Allegany home, Dr. Young has over 20 years of experience. And Port Allegany Chiropractic and Olean Family Chiropractic have a mission to provide their patients the best results in the shortest time, whatever their health goals are. Find out more at PortAlleganyChiropractic.com and OleanChiropractic.com. Chiropractic care and good health go hand in hand. Nothing goes better with watching sports than a great slice of pizza. And for over 25 years, we're better to get a slice in Port Allegany than at Fox's Pizza Den. Like the Gators, Fox's Pizza works hard to serve you with a friendly staff and delicious food. Don't wait a second longer. Call now for pickup or home delivery at 814-642-2623. You can also order online at foxespizzaportallegany.com. At Fox's Pizza Den in Port Allegany, we have a large in-house dining room and a banquet area on the second floor. Stop in and see us soon. Go Gators!
It takes over after the Aiden Bliss fumble, and we've got a flag at the late flag at the end of that play. And Port Allegany had been driving, and then Bliss got hit right as he went through the hole, fumbled the ball. Redbank Valley recovered. And so that first down play goes for about a yard, but we'll see what the penalty flag is. Showcase Holmes penalty. Looks like it's going to go against Redbank Valley. And it is a dead ball personal foul penalty against Redbank Valley. So that'll back him up 15 yards. It's a Showcase Homes penalty. When building a new home, you'll never be penalized when you use Showcase Homes. Showcase Homes is your experienced new home builder in Western PA. Showcase Homes brings your dreams to life. Visit them online at visitshowcasehomes.com. And so it'll be second and 24 for the Bulldogs.
Big penalty there against Redbank Valley. If I'm them, I go right back to the air, throw it up to one of these athletic receivers.
Trips to the near side. One-on-one coverage up top and a big cushion up there. They're going to give it to Byers, and he's going to be swarmed in the backfield. It's the Larson's Garbage Service loss of yards. Neely and Miska Young in on the tackle for the Gators. Will make it a third down and 24. It's a Luton's Plumbing, Heating, Air Conditioning, third and 24 for Redbank Valley. You know, and you wonder how much of this, Gary, is just Redbank Valley trying to bleed out the clock as Huffman back to pass. Has time, looking for Kale. It's high and incomplete. And Kale looking for a pass interference penalty is not going to get it. And aided by that personal foul penalty, but the Gators get a much-needed stop after the turnover.
Absolutely. I wrote some notes down here for myself for the second half, and I put an asterisk by special teams. You know, this is an opportunity for Port Allegany to maybe flip the script, have a good punt return here.
Klaus back for the Bruno Iarfito Wrestling Camp punt. Bliss back to receive. Klaus gets the kick away. Bliss going to let it bounce, takes it at the 37. And tried to spin away from a tackle, but good open field tackling there by the Bulldogs. Carson Gold with the tackle for Redbank Valley. And that is a SFPC Prime Fitness USA change of possession, especially fabrication and powder coating, and Prime Fitness USA are both companies that are family owned and operated out of Franklin. SFPC is actively seeking new talent and has openings at its 2 plants in Venango County. Find out more, sfpc.com/careers. And so now Port Allegany gets a chance again to cut into this lead.
Redbank Valley didn't take too much time off the clock, so this is, still a lot of time for Port Allegany, but they almost have to score here.
And give is to Bliss. Tries to turn the corner, cuts back inside, and going to pick up about 3. And, outside of that explosive 49-yard Styles touchdown run in the first quarter, yards have been pretty hard to come by for those 2 fantastic Gators running back.
Redbank Valley's packing the box. I just put a note here for myself. Only 1 for 1, the Gators, passing. So, if you're Redbank Valley, you've got to expect more of the run. So just keep packing the box.
2nd and 8. Wilfong under center. Styles a deep back, and he's going to get it. Tries the left side, and nothing there. Gain of a yard. Brandon Ross again in on the stop for Redbank Valley.
Yeah, 3 guys in Peyton Styles' face there making the tackle. Might be the time to go to the air here. I'm not really sure.
Luton's Plumbing, Heating, Air Conditioning, 3rd down. 15 seconds left on the play clock. We'll see if Port Allegany wants to run another play. They don't have to. And Wilfong is going to take it. He keeps it himself, weaves his way through traffic, escapes a tackle, and he's going to be real close to a first down, but I think just short. Needed the 49, got about the 48 and a half, but that will be the end of our 3rd quarter here from Frank Verschetti Field in Brockway. We head to the 4th District 9 Class 1A Championship on the line. We'll be back. More Allegany Grill of Foxburg High School football on the YDL Sports Network.
With a beautiful selection and amazing customer service, A Stitch in Time Custom Embroidery has quality merchandise that can have almost anything made to fit your needs. Stop by at 44 North Main Street in Port Allegany. Like us on Facebook at facebook.com/A Stitch in Time Custom Embroidery, or give us a call today at 814-642-1172.
Carrie Hover, financial advisor of Cades Margolis. For all your retirement planning needs, contact Carrie at 814-558-1699 or send him an email at khavver@4kmc.com.
Big 4th down play coming up here for Port Allegany to start the Port Allegany Chiropractic 4th quarter. Dr. Young of Port Allegany Chiropractic and Olean Family Chiropractic is a D9 lifer, having played football at Clearfield. Dr. Young's mission is to provide his patients with the best results in the shortest time, whatever their health goals are. Find out more at PortAlleganyChiropractic.com. So 4th and about a yard for Port Allegany, trailing Redbank Valley 19-7, District 9 Class 1A football championship. And they got the Bulldogs to jump Nick Wilfong with the hard count. It's a Showcase Holmes offside penalty, and we'll give the Gators a first down.
Big offsides call there. That's going to set up 1st and 10 for the Gators, leaving an opportunity for them to potentially get on the board here.
Yeah, welcome into the Closest Lumber Company broadcast booth here at Frank Verschetti Field in Brockway. Closest Lumber has been your home improvement headquarters in Olean, New York, and Rowlett, PA since 1973. ClosestLumber.com. Brian Hagberg, Kerry Hover with you on the YDL Sports Network. And a Ty Nesta Builder Supply first down for the Gators. And key on that is they got to the first down without taking any time off this 4th quarter clock. Give is to Bliss. He goes right off left tackle for gain of about 3, maybe 4.
Last week in Bradford, Aiden Bliss obviously had a monster game, but in the 4th quarter, he seemed to heat up. That's when he really started to wear down the Brockway defense. We'll see if we see some of that against Redbank Valley tonight.
2nd down and 7 coming up. Actually, they only gave him about 2. It marked it down at the 45. So the Gators back in Bulldogs territory. Got down here on their last possession and then a fumble. Gave it back to Redbank Valley. Bliss tried to turn the corner again. Gets knocked out of bounds after a short gain. They're going to give him 2 down to the 43. So you're going to have 3rd and 6.
3rd and 6 for the
Luton's Plumbing, Heating, Air Conditioning, third down for the Gators. And carried the last couple of times they've needed a conversion. Wilfong's kept it himself.
Yeah, like I said, of the top 10 options I thought that were going to happen, I didn't expect Nick Wilfong to get that first down a couple of possessions ago, but hey, caught him off guard.
And the pitch to Styles. He shakes off a tackle. It cuts up field. He's going to be close, but short. And another big fourth down coming up for the Gators. This one is going to be a 4th and looks like 2.
I think if you're Redbank, you've got to anticipate the hard count here. Port Allegany might have a play called, and then if they can't get him to jump off sides, they might call a second play. So we'll see what happens here.
4th and 2. And Wilfong gives to Bliss. Bliss looking for the corner. He's hitting the backfield, and he's going to be stopped. The Bulldogs come up with another 4th down stop. It's an SFPC Prime Fitness USA change of possession. And this Redbank Valley defense, when they've had to have the stops, have come up with them.
Yeah, Redbank Valley, their tacklers have been impressive tonight. Not a lot of missed tackles. I'm not sure I remember a missed tackle. I wrote a number down here, number 51, Brandon Ross. He's had a heck of a game, too.
And tonight's game also being brought to you in part by the Warren County Visitors Bureau. Looking for something to do? Look no further than Warren County, PA. WCVB.net/events. And it will be interesting to see the offensive approach that Redbank Valley takes here. We saw them on their last possession after the fumble, really stuck with the ground game. So they're going to take over at their own 40, but Blaine Gold calls a Fran Morelli sales and service timeout. Saw something he did not like. He's not happy on the sideline. I think the play clock was maybe running down there. And so Blaine Gold takes the Fran Morelli sales and service timeout. We'll take a quick timeout with them. It's Allegany Grill of Foxburg High School football on the YDL Sports Network.
Tap and Pay Plus is fundraising for the 21st century. Nothing to sell, nothing to hand out, nothing to do other than shop like you normally do. Have everybody that you know download the Tap and Pay Plus fundraising app and use it to pay at any of our 300 plus national brand partners. Then watch the money roll in. Learn more at tapandpayplus.com.
What's the recipe for surprising the kids, treating yourself, and ditching dish duty? You're looking at it. Order your Pizza Hut faves like original pan, original stuffed crust, and more at pizzahut.com. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
Back here at Verichetti Field in Brockway, Redbank Valley, after a 4th down stop, takes over 1st and 10 at its own 40. Leads Port Allegany 19-7, District 9 Class 1A championship. And the give is to Byers, and this time Byers has a hole. Shakes away from a tackle, and it'll be a 7, maybe an 8-yard gain for Byers on 1st down.
That's exactly what you want if you're Redbank Valley. Jackson Huffman unofficially has 295 yards passing, so their bread and butter has really been passing, but now you want to chew up some clock, so we'll probably see more of Drew Byers here.
2nd and 2 now for the Bulldogs. Ten minutes to go. Port Allegany Chiropractic 4th quarter. Again, winner of this game will face either Lakeview or Cambridge Springs from District 10. That championship game will be played tomorrow night. And Byers picking his way through. He's going to be close, but there is a penalty flag down in the backfield. And that's going to be a penalty. Looks like against Redbank Valley, another Showcase Homes penalty. It's a holding penalty against the Bulldogs.
That's a big penalty against Redbank Valley, but man, that was a nice cut by Drew Byers to get himself in position for a 1st down. But we'll replay the down here.
That would be 2nd down and 12. Bulldogs backed up to their own 38. Need to get to midfield. And send Kale across the formation. And Huffman looking to throw. Has time. Down the field looking for Kale. He's wide open. And it's caught. Spins away from a tackle. It's another All-American Awards and Engraving. Big play from Huffman to Ashton Kale. And a tie Nester Builder Supply first down for the Bulldogs. They are in the Pizza Hut red zone. Still time for you to order fresh hot pizza now. Online at pizzahut.com, where no one out-pizzas the Hut.
Yeah, great pass there by Huffman. Like I said, 295 yards passing coming into that pass.
Bulldogs now at the Gators 15. And give is to Byers, and Byers is going to be hit for a Larson's garbage service loss of yards. It's like a loss of 1.
You talk about an embarrassment of riches if you're Redbank Valley. I'm looking at the roster here. Jackson Huffman, sophomore. Braylon Wagner, also a sophomore.
And Huffman going to come over to the sideline to get the play. Now they're going to pull him off the field altogether. Nope, they send him back in with the play. There's 12 seconds left on the play clock. And Huffman going to keep it himself. Gets away from a defender in the backfield, and then it takes a big hit by Bliss. But it looked like Braylon Button had a chance to stop that one for another loss, and Huffman able to just juke his way right around Button and gets down to the 7.
Yeah, Braylon Button's a basketball player. He's a pretty athletic kid for his size, but Jackson Huffman with too much speed to get around the edge there.
So it'll be Luton's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning, 3rd down and 2 for the Bulldogs at the 7. And Huffman going to keep it himself again. And he'll have enough for a tie Nesta Builder Supply first down. It'll be 1st and goal now for the Bulldogs inside the 5. Looks like he's at the 3.
So this could be it here. If Redbank Valley is able to score, this could be the ball game.
You'd almost think for Port Allegany to stay in it, the defense is going to have to come up with some kind of turnover, get the football back. Redbank Valley allowing this clock to run down as much as they can. And Huffman going to keep it himself again. He's got it in for the Daddies and Clarion touchdown, Redbank Valley.
Yeah, so Huffman walks in untouched.
3-yard run there for Huffman. And Klaus coming in to attempt the extra point. And Klaus's kick is up and good. 6:54 to play. Port Allegany Chiropractic, 4th quarter. Redbank Valley 26. Port Allegany 7. Allegheny Grill and Foxburg High School football on the YDL Sports Network.
Why should you choose Nolf Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram in Fairmont City? Why wouldn't you choose them? At Nolf, their sales are speedy and include upfront and straightforward pricing. If it's service and parts you're after, they have skilled technicians who are factory trained while offering knowledgeable parts experts. Maybe you need Nolf's full service body shop offering top quality collision repair to all makes and models of cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs. Or do you want to cruise the highway in a clean, shiny vehicle thanks to Nolf's detailing service? No matter your needs, Nolf Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram in Fairmont City is there for you. Find out more at nolfchryslerdodge.com.
3-yard run by Jackson Huffman has pushed the Redbank Valley lead 26-7 over Port Allegany. It's a Bruno Arofito Wrestling Camp kickoff taken by Bliss at the 5, and he'll get out to the 20. That's where Port Allegany will take over in a time running out on the Gators to defend their District 9 Class 1A title.
Yeah, I thought maybe we'd see a squib kick there. That worked out to Redbank Valley's favor, where Port Allegany starting, deep inside their own zone. But I thought maybe they'd sacrifice, a few yards just to make sure to minimize any kind of big plays. Port Allegany doesn't have that, quick strike offense, 75-yard bomb, but.
And Blaine Gold going to take a Fran Morelli sales and service timeout. The next time your vehicle takes a timeout, Fran Morelli sales and service in Brockway can get you moving again. FranMorelli.com. We'll be right back. Allegheny Grill at Foxburg High School football on the YDL Sports Network.
Just like your team builds upon its success, Closest Lumber Company with locations in Olean, New York and Rowlett, Pennsylvania can help you build the home of your dreams. Closest Lumber, proudly celebrating its 50th anniversary, has everything you need to build and remodel your home, including building materials and supplies, lawn and garden accessories, and more. Stop into one of our locations to get some inspiration and work out the details of your next project. They also have an online showroom you can visit anytime at closestlumber.com. Closest Lumber, your hometown home improvement center since 1973.
Welcome back to the Closest Lumber Company broadcast booth. Frank Verichetti Field in Brockway. Brian Hagberg, Kerry Hopper with you on the YDL Sports Network. District 9 Class 1A championship game. Redbank Valley leads Port Allegany 26-7. Just got a score update over in the 2A sub-regional. Westinghouse has started to pull away from Central Clarion 28-8 in the third quarter of that ball game. First down for the Gators from their own 21. There's a little screen pass, and blockers in front. And that was Stiles on the reception. He's going to have a Ty Nesta Builder Supply first down. And, you know, maybe that's the passing game, Kerry, that Port Allegany needs to get going, just those little screens and dump-offs and let those backs get into open space.
Yeah, I like that play call there.
Wilfong to throw again. Had a man, but too far behind Stiles there.
Looked like number 4, Kellen Vayu, was kind of streaking down the field with nobody around him.
It'll be 2nd and 10 now at the 44 for Port Allegany, its own 44. Wilfong to throw again. Has time. Fires, and it's knocked away. Brock Monrian on the pass breakup for Redbank Valley will make it a Luton's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning 3rd down and 10. When you get backed up on 3rd and long, call Luton's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning. You get you moving again. And this is where the Gators did not want to be. This is not the style of football that they want to play. 3 straight passes here for Wilfong after not throwing one in the first half. And they're going to give the reverse and a flea flicker. Wilfong has Stiles wide open. He makes the catch, but because he bobbled it, he's only going to gain about 5 yards. The first down was there if Stiles is able to catch that cleanly. But again, it's been raining most of the second half, and you can see the ball kind of slip through his hands.
Yeah, nice little trick play, nice little play call. Just, you know, like you said, Peyton Stiles just bobbled a little bit, gave the Redbank Valley defenders time to close in on him. And the clock is rolling here.
And so by the time he secured the ball, it only ends up as a 3-yard gain. So it'll be 4th down and 7. Wilfong, quick pass for Kaiser is broken up. And that'll be an SFPC Prime Fitness USA change of possession. Redbank Valley will take over 1st and 10 inside Port Allegany territory, leading 26-7. It's Allegheny Grill of Foxburg High School football on the YDL Sports Network.
When most places start preparing for a long winter's nap, we start living our best life. The mountainsides burning with color ignite something inside that now is the time to embrace what's around us. Warren County, Pennsylvania really is paradise, as we are surrounded with beautiful places and smiling faces. Warren County, Pennsylvania. Find your adventure, find your peace.
Need plumbing, heating, or air conditioning services in Western PA? Then call Luton's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning in Clarion today at 814-226-8695. At Luton's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning, we believe that a service-oriented business like ours should give you quality care and a quick response time. That's why we stand on our promise, offering you reliable 24-hour service that gets your job done right when you need it. We can also be found on the web at lutonsplumbing.com. Again, that number is 814-226-8695.
Back here at Frank Verschetti Field in Brockway, 1st and 10 for Redbank Valley at the Port Allegany 47 after the turnover on downs. Drew Byers on the carry. We'll get 2 yards out to the 45. As Redbank Valley about 5 minutes away from securing its 3rd District 9 championship in 4 years.
So we just got a little update here, kind of a cool, impressive accomplishment. Mason Klaus came in, and Redbank Valley fans thought he was going to be the first one to get 1,000 receiving yards in Redbank Valley history. But Ashton Kale, who came in with 800 some, ends up with 9 catches, 249 yards, and he's the first one to get to 1,000 yards.
Congratulations to Ashton. And keeper there by Huffman. He's got a whole lot of space, is knocked down by Vayu after he's got the Tynesta Builder Supply first down across the 35 to the 32. And now not only are we starting to deal with the rain here, but the fog is starting to roll in at Frank Verschetti Field as well. As we're close to the end of this ball game, approaching 4 minutes left in the Port Allegany Chiropractic 4th quarter. Redbank Valley letting that play clock wind all the way down. Huffman gives to Byers. Byers picks his way through. Gain of about 2. We'll make it 2nd down, but we are under 4 minutes to play here in the Port Allegany Chiropractic 4th quarter, and you can see a great shot there from our cameraman Dan Funk on the getting the fog rolling in as the rain continues to fall here in Brockway. And I want to thank him for all the great camera work that he's done over the last couple of weeks. Last week in Bradford, here tonight again in Brockway for this District 9 championship. I want to thank all of you for tuning in to the YDL Sports Network for tonight's ball game. Give to Byers again, and he slips through a tackle, and you can see the water come up on the field after he's hit. He's stopped at the 25, so it'll be 3rd down and about 2.
Yeah, Drew Byers running real tough here. Jackson Huffman's had some runs. If I'm the coach, maybe I pull Jackson Huffman and have somebody hand the ball off. I want to protect him as much as I possibly can for next week's matchup against the District 10 winner.
And again, that game will be decided tomorrow night in Meadville. Lakeview taking on Cambridge Springs. Another 1 versus 2 matchup. The Sailors the top seed. Blue Devils the number 2 seed. And Huffman going to keep it himself on 3rd down. Pushes the pile. It'll depend on the spot, but I think he's got enough for the Tynesta Builder Supply 1st down. And he does. And a fresh set of downs should allow Redbank Valley to essentially run this clock out. And we are going to stay with it here as they do the trophy presentation as best they can on the field. The way this rain is coming down right now, it's as heavy as it's been all night. We thought the worst was behind us, but this is absolutely the heaviest that it's been all night here, and it comes with just about 2 minutes to go in the Port Allegany Chiropractic 4th quarter. Huffman picking his way through the Gators defense. And that is another Tynesta Builder Supply 1st down as the Bulldogs are in the Pizza Hut red zone. Still time for you to order a fresh hot pizza now online at pizzahut.com, where no one out pizzas the hut.
Jackson Huffman, he's showing his athleticism here, but if I'm a Redbank Valley fan, I don't want to see him take one more hit.
Yeah.
Not one.
And I would think, too, 26-7, you're under 2 minutes to go, I think, and they're going to bring Braylon Wagner in to kneel this one out, and you got to feel good for Wagner. You know it's got to have been killing him to be on the sidelines the last couple of weeks, and after leading this team at the quarterback position all season long, he gets a chance to come in for the victory formation to give his team the District 9 Class 1A championship.
Yeah, that's really cool to see. We talked about the accomplishments that he had coming in, 39 touchdowns, only 3 interceptions. I don't know what his health diagnosis is, but really hope that he gets back on the field here soon.
And a couple more kneel downs will do it. Again, and somebody's canopy. This tells you how hard the wind's blowing. There's a number of folks up above us, including our cameraman up above, who had some canopies, and one of them just got blown off or blown over up top there. Again, as this rain is moving in quickly, we're under a minute to go.
Yeah, if you're the Gators, you wanted to see this weather about an hour and a half ago. I think that might have adversely affected Redbank Valley, but both teams have done really good playing in these elements.
And there's going to be one more kneel down here, and these two teams will be shaking hands. And absolutely nothing to be disappointed about if you're Port Allegany. Fantastic season following up state semifinal appearance, get all the way back to the District 9 championship, but that quick strike offense early in the third quarter for Redbank Valley, too much for Port Allegany to overcome here tonight. Your final, Redbank Valley 26, Port Allegany 7. The Bulldogs back on top of the District 9 Class 1A Mountain. They are your 2023 District 9 champions of Redbank Valley. Stay tuned with us for the Tap and Pay Plus post-game show. Again, we're going to try to get the trophy presentation on the field as best we can. And we will have our Allegany Grill of Foxburg player of the game and the Cole Orthodontic Associates player interview for you as well. Again, your final here from Brockway, Redbank Valley 26, Port Allegany 7, Allegany Grill of Foxburg High School football on the YDL Sports Network.
For all your sandwich needs, stop in at the New Bethlehem Subway, located across the street from Redbank Valley High School. The New Bethlehem Subway is open 7 days a week for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Stop in today to get your gift cards or order a sandwich or salad online through the app or in the store. The New Bethlehem Subway is a proud supporter of Redbank Valley Athletics.
Nothing goes better with watching sports than a great slice of pizza. And for over 25 years, where better to get a slice in Port Allegany than at Fox's Pizza Den. Like the Gators, Fox's Pizza works hard to serve you with a friendly staff and delicious food. Don't wait a second longer. Call now for pickup or home delivery at 814-642-2623. You can also order online at foxespizzaportallegany.com. At Fox's Pizza Den in Port Allegany, we have a large in-house dining room and a banquet area on the second floor. Stop in and see us soon. Go Gators!
Aaron and Merwin PC, attorneys at law, are two born and raised Clarion County attorneys with an office in Clarion, PA, serving the Tri-County area in criminal defense, DUI, family law, child custody, divorce, and wills and estates. Visit our website at aaronandmerwin.com and contact us at 814-229-5300.
Just like your team builds upon its success, Closest Lumber Company with locations in Olean, New York and Rowlett, Pennsylvania can help you build the home of your dreams. Closest Lumber, proudly celebrating its 50th anniversary, has everything you need to build and remodel your home, including building materials and supplies, lawn and garden accessories, and more. Stop into one of our locations to get some inspiration and work out the details of your next project. They also have an online showroom you can visit anytime at closestlumber.com. Closest Lumber, your hometown home improvement center since 1973.
Why should you choose Nolf, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram in Fairmont City? Why wouldn't you choose them? At Nolf, their sales are speedy and include upfront and straightforward pricing. If it's service and parts you're after, they have skilled technicians who are factory trained while offering knowledgeable parts experts. Maybe you need Nolf's full-service body shop offering top-quality collision repair to all makes and models of cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs. Or do you want to cruise the highway in a clean, shiny vehicle thanks to Nolf's detailing service? No matter your needs, Nolf, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram in Fairmont City is there for you. Find out more at nolfchrislerdodge.com.
Well, welcome back to the Closest Lumber Company broadcast booth. Frank Varischetti Field in Brockway. Your final, the District 9 Class 1A Championship. Redbank Valley 26, Port Allegany 7. The Bulldogs knock off the Gators to regain the District 9 Class 1A title. This is the Tap and Pay Plus post-game show. Tap and Pay Plus is fundraising made easy. Earn more funds in less time with nothing to sell, hand out, or collect. Find out more at tapandpayplus.com. That's tap, the letter N, payplus.com. And again, we're going to try to bring you the trophy presentations. The rain somewhat subsided a little bit while we were on a commercial break, but It is going to be a soggy trophy presentation on the field here tonight. And again, with Jackson Huffman, huge game coming in for an injured Braylon Wagner. Over 300 yards passing, couple of touchdowns, ran in the final score of the game. Ashton Kale becomes, somewhat surprisingly, the first Redbank player to top 1,000 yards receiving. Had 249 yards, couple of touchdowns. Big one, 81-yarder in the second half. Really kind of put this game out of reach, Kerry.
Yeah, absolutely. I do a lot of the Port Allegany broadcasts, for the Port Allegany team, and bring up a lot of Gator football history. For Redbank Valley fans, 10, 20 years from now, that's going to be the answer to a trivia question. Who was the first 1,000-yard receiver? And that's Ashton Kale. He had a heck of a game.
And the Gators are receiving their second place medals now. And we will turn it over to our public address announcer to let you see this.
Blitz.
Through the football season this fall, they've been nothing but incredible and doing a great job for his players.
Jake Cosby. Colton Crow. Aiden Smith. Alex Smith. Brendan Fenninger. Jackson Young. Carson Neely. Gavin Moses. Peyton Yeager.
Yeah, I got a kid in my class, no Archer.
Tyler Philhart.
Passed away this week.
Levi Wilfall.
Last year.
Miska Young.
Class and,
Cole Kisko.
thoughts and prayers out to his family. And
Brayden Babcock. Yuso Young. Ethan Tarbox. Braylon Button. Austin Freer. Henry True. Athletic trainer Julie Barton. Team physician Dr. Jason Trinetti. Manager Ryan Hartzell. Manager Aiden Bachman. Manager Olivia Bienkowski. Manager Sophia Bienkowski. Manager Chase Boyd. Manager Brendan Philhart. Manager Isaiah Petruzzi. Manager Jack Smith. AD Aaron Clark. Principal Mark Budd. Superintendent Gary Buxton. Assistant coach Ricky Beauvais. Assistant coach Brandon Ramo. Assistant coach Val Bachman. Assistant coach Cliff Philhart. Assistant coach Charlie Buchanan. Assistant coach Blaine Moses. Assistant coach Josh McNeil. Assistant coach Brian Neal. Assistant coach Seth Lowry. Assistant coach Chad Saltzman. And your head coach Justin Bienkowski. Your District 9 single A runner-ups, the Port Allegany Gators. And now presenting for the District 9 single A champions, the Redbank Valley Bulldogs. Easton Magnanati. Riley Schreckengost. Peyton Kennemuth. Sean Yaney. Eli Rex. Jonas Gorley. Connor Caldwell. Bailey Bowser. Nathan Jimenez. Tristan Smathers. Aiden Byers. Carson Gold. Braylon Wagner. Wyatt Byers. Jackson Huffman. Brock George. Jaron Christians. Tanner McDonald. Kenyon Martin, Devin Weckerly, Devin Hay, Jordan Smith, Drew Byers, Brock Monrian, Rylan Root, Austin Eastlick, Hayden Rearick, Jonathan Slack, Aiden Adams, Ashton Kale, Caden Neiswanger, Luke Booth, Ashton George, Owen Klaus, Gavin Carroll, Garrett Schaefer, Russ Pleiter, Mason Klaus, Caden Adams, Brandon Ross, Christian Klinger. The coaches, Trent Bowersox, Ruben Carrillo, Ronnie Geist, Connor Shoemaker, Scott Toth, Carl Bartley, Jason Huffman, Wes Tosh, Jason Kundick, and the head coach, Blaine Gold. At this time, we'd like representatives from Redbank Valley to accept the District 9 championship plaque from District 9 committee member Peter Greco.
And there you see Pete Greco presenting the District 9 championship trophy to the Redbank Valley Bulldogs, your 2023 District 9 Class 1A football champions. They defeat Port Allegany 26-7. Again, this is the Tap and Pay Plus post-game show on the YDL Sports Network. And again, this was a 7-6 game at the half. Carry Port Allegany on the strength of a 49-yard Peyton Stiles touchdown run had taken the lead. Huffman hit Mason Klaus in the end zone, but the 2-point conversion failed, and Port Allegany led at the half 7-6. And then all of a sudden, the Redbank Valley passing game came alive in the third quarter. Opening drive of the third quarter, 3 plays, 65 yards, and the Bulldogs had a lead they wouldn't relinquish.
I talk on our local broadcast about momentum. I don't know what it is with sports, but once the momentum starts to swing the other way, it just starts to feel like things are spinning out of control. Redbank Valley came out in the second half, like you said, 3 plays, struck fast, and put Port Allegany back on its heels. And I think they started to say, "Oh no, here they go." And hats off to Redbank Valley. They came out in the second half and earned it. Jackson Huffman, 342 yards unofficially. Ashton Kale, 9 catches, 249 yards, 2 touchdowns. As a Gator fan, I always look way too far ahead, and I'm looking down the names here. I'm going to be rooting for Redbank Valley next week against District 10, but there's a lot of names here that I'm happy that I never have to see playing against the Gators again. So.
Well, and again, the Redbank Valley now awaits the winner of tomorrow night's District 10 Class 1A championship game. That game will take place in Meadville, 7 p.m. kickoff, slated for Lakeview and Cambridge Springs. Our Andy Close will be there providing full coverage. No broadcast tomorrow, but Andy will be there on the sidelines and have a full story up for us on the YDL Sports Network just as soon as that game is over tomorrow night. And it, again, should be an interesting matchup depending on which of those teams comes away with a win. Like I mentioned at the half, Cambridge Springs is very, very similar to Port Allegany in style and structure. The kind of game that they want to play is very, very similar to the kind of game that Port Allegany plays. They want to run the football at you. But I'll tell you what, I was in Titusville, and Cambridge Springs found themselves down big in the fourth quarter, had to score twice. They were down 12, had to score twice, and did so, scored the game-winning touchdown with 26 seconds to go. to come from behind and defeat Eisenhower 22-20 a week ago in the semifinals. So again, it's very much like Port Allegany. They like to run and run and run and run some more, but I think they're just a little bit ahead of the Gators in the passing game, just in the way that Morgan Appleby is able to spread the ball to some of those receivers there. And Lakeview is very similar to Redbank Valley, has a lot of speed and skill and athleticism in those skill positions, especially on the outside. Could be a fantastic matchup between the Bulldogs and the Sailors if they happen to win tomorrow night.
Yeah, that'll be an interesting matchup. Like you said, if they go against Lakeview, it's, similar styles. There's going to be an air show, throwing, back and forth. But Redbank Valley's shown that they can handle the run game. That was obviously Port Allegany's strength. So, Cambridge Springs, if they win, Redbank Valley, they might not be as big, but man, they've got some athletes that can run around the field and make plays.
With that, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be back with more of the Tap and Pay Plus, a post-game show here on the YDL Sports Network.
With a beautiful selection and amazing customer service, A Stitch in Time Custom Embroidery has quality merchandise that can have almost anything made to fit your needs. Stop by at 44 North Main Street in Port Allegany. Like us on Facebook at facebook.com/A Stitch in Time Custom Embroidery, or give us a call today at 814-642-1172.
Are you suffering from back pain, headaches, sciatica? Did you know that a healthy nervous system leads to a healthy body? Find out more from Dr. Andrew Young at Port Allegany Chiropractic and Olean Family Chiropractic. A District 9 lifer, born and raised in Clearfield and now calling Port Allegany home, Dr. Young has over 20 years of experience. And Port Allegany Chiropractic and Olean Family Chiropractic have a mission to provide their patients the best results in the shortest time, whatever their health goals are. Find out more at PortAlleganyChiropractic.com and OleanChiropractic.com. Chiropractic care and good health go hand in hand. Carrie Hover, financial advisor of Cades Margolis. For all your retirement planning needs, contact Carrie at 814-558-1699 or send him an email at khawver4kmc.com. Moe's Bar and Grill in Port Allegany. One of our customers called our offerings the best gourmet bar food you'll ever have. That pretty much sums us up. Stop in and see us at 68 West Mill Street, Port Allegany, or give us a call at 814-642-7999. That's 814-642-7999. Moe's Bar and Grill.
Located at 500 Broad Street, Redbank Chevrolet is proud to be your new Bethlehem auto dealer, offering a wide variety of new cars and trucks, as well as certified used vehicles. We also welcome our Brookville, Pittsburgh, Katanning, and Oil City customers, and are committed to placing the keys of the right vehicle in your hands. What are you waiting for? Stop by and see us today, or give us a call at 814-275-2410.
And welcome back to the Tap and Pay Plus post-game show. Tap and Pay Plus is fundraising made easier and more funds and less time with nothing to sell, hand out, or collect. Find out more at tapandpayplus.com. That's tap the letter N, payplus.com. I'm going to take a quick look at our out-of-town scoreboard brought to you by Pizza Hut. Order online at pizzahut.com, where no one out-pizzas the Hut. Class 2A sub-regional in the fourth quarter, Westinghouse has pulled away a bit from Central Clarion. They lead 40-23. In the Class 3A sub-regional, Central Martinsburg leads Clearfield 28-25. That game also in the fourth quarter. In the fourth quarter of the Class 3A championship over in District 10, Hickory leads Sharon 14-6. And in a Class 4A sub-regional, this game final, Juniata 21, Meadville 7. Congratulations to the Bulldogs on a great season. And in a Class 6A, sub-regional, McDowell 44, State College 20, that game in the fourth quarter. Because of the way our camera's set up, we're going to upload our Cole Orthodontic Associates player interview after the fact. Stay tuned to the YDL Sports Network YouTube channel for that. But our Allegany Grill of Foxburg players of the game, Redbank Valley's Jackson Huffman and Ashton Kale, combined for a whole lot of yards and a whole lot of touchdowns.
Yes, they did. And those two earned it. I mean, trying to pick between those two, man, I mean, they both had an excellent game. As a Gator fan, I tip my hat to them. And we're going to be rooting them on, whether it's against Lakeview or Cambridge Springs.
All right, so that will just about do it for us here from Frank Barry-Shetty Field in Brockway. I want to say a special thank you to Brockway AD Pete Greco, who have been a great host for us tonight, as always, and all season long here in Brockway. Thank you very much. Thank all of you for tuning in. Again, special thanks to Dan Puck, our cameraman tonight. Did a great job, even doing some repairs on the fly with the cable there. So appreciate all that great work. And Kerry, thanks for coming along the last couple of weeks with us here on the YDL Sports Network. For Kerry Hoffer, this is Brian Hagberg saying thank you so much for watching, and good night from Brockway.